different people in the server, specifically Shamu and Nicholas, I think is how you say his name. I'm not sure. Um, Using a doxing tool in order to find out the identity, to unmask the identity of a anonymous Twitter user. Um, he posted the logs on Twitter, and he sent the logs to Chudlogic. Chudlogic then went and looked at the logs. Dan Saltman got on the call. They began a discussion. Destiny later joins that call. They have more of a discussion. Um, Shamu and Queeman also joined the call later, and it's a whole thing, and it sent a little bit of shockwaves throughout the community. It was very interesting to me, the reactions and things like that. We're gonna get to some of them. Don't worry, don't worry. But that's kind of the most neutral TLDR that I can think of. What do you think? Is that a pretty neutral, honest TLDR, Elderdrazi? What are your thoughts here?
I think that's a fair framing of like what has occurred.
Yeah, just
Like
the
I say,
facts as we know them. Yes.
yeah, which had been hard to keep up with. Honestly, there's a lot of claims flying around with like a lot of evidence on either side. It's been tough
Okay, just to address chat a
to
little bit.
suss it
Why
out.
no Twitch stream? Well, it's because of the topic I'm covering and the people I'm covering. They aren't exactly known. Well, YouTube moderation is less strict than Twitch moderation. That's why. That's why we're doing this. And also, at certain points, I might want to show screenshots that include slurs. Um, that's allowed on YouTube. I don't think it's allowed on Twitch. So we're gonna get to that, and that might happen. We'll see how it goes. But I guess, first of all, welcome to the stream, Elderdrazi. Why don't you tell people who you are, what you do, introduce yourself? We're waiting on one other person, gang. Stardust is hopefully coming soon. We got a lot to cover tonight. Just to kind of give you guys kind of an overview of what we're going to do today. We're going to watch the conversation itself, which I think it was very clear through this conversation that the sweep was on. It was very obvious from the get-go that Chudlogic wanted this not to be true. We have evidence for this. We're going to go through the conversation. I'll point out the things he did, the manipulation tactics, the way he framed things, the dishonest redirection of conversation. We're going to get to all that. Don't worry. I think that he basically was sweeping for people. Shamu, Nicholas, other people, right? Kind of downplaying what they did. And he basically made huge mistakes during this stream that we're going to get to and I'm going to show. And he has, since that stream, he has taken action against Shamu, right? He has admitted that Shamu has done doxing in the past, and he has banned him from the server. But today, I am going to, my thesis statement, I suppose, if you will, is that he does not actually care about doxing. Okay. The reason that he says he bans Shamu is not the actual reason he got banned, and we have evidence to showcase, right? The quote that he has said of doxing is my red line is just clearly false, given the activities that have occurred in his community, which he has taken little to no action to stop. We also have evidence that he has had other people on his show that have engaged in doxing. He knows that they have engaged in doxing. He calls it doxing, and yet they are not banned from his server either. So the question becomes, why did he ban Shamu? If he doesn't actually hold this position, why is he lying about it? What is his actual position? And we're going to get into that as well. We got a lot to cover, and we're also going to talk about something that I think maybe many of you either did not know or have forgotten. But the reason Elderdrazi is here specifically is to discuss what happened with him. Elderdrazi, do you want to give like a kind of just a brief recap? We're going to go into the details throughout the stream. We're going to watch the convo first, but I want you to kind of tell people in your words what happened. Go ahead.
Sure. So, it's like 3-ish years ago. I was in, or I had made a video, and people in Spicy Chat didn't like it. And then Right after that, they kind of had a weird thing with a fellow streamer who's a friend of mine, and then they tried to get me to do one too. There was this like a big like hate gang up stream kind of thing, and after I declined because of the treatment of my friend, they started going like pretty wild, um, and this ended up resulting in them releasing my full name in their Discord and sharing it around. Pictures of my wife and at the time my ex girlfriend in lingerie. There's like evidence of them like trying to find more information. It got pretty out of hand, and the reason I'm here is because it brought up to Chud, and he tried to reframe the whole thing as basically just his community trying to help me and making some jokes about my first name on Twitter, and I care that it's getting reframed.
Well, let's read. Hold on, let me bring up the tweet. I just want to read to you guys what Chud has to say, how he frames the conversation. Give me a moment. I'll make sure I don't show anything early. So give me 1 second. Okay, can you see this on screen? Is it readable? Let me make it bigger so you can. We good? So here's what Irrational Chudlogic had to say in the aftermath of his destruction live on stream. We're going to go read through it. A creator called Elderdrazi had their government name on their content creator Instagram account and their PayPal linked on their Twitch or tip. Some people in my Discord at the time made jokes involving their last name when Elderdrazi said he did not want his name to be public information. Someone reached out to him and told him how to change this so his name was no longer on his Insta/PayPal. I have never doxed anyone, nor supported doxing in any way, shape, or form. We're gonna get to that. Don't worry. Stardust is now hopping on to this new, quote, snark/doxing, unquote, drama, like the disgusting parasite she is, to try and get some sort of win because all she can ever hope for is scraps from Destiny's table. Destiny is an open doxer, yet all his fans and wretched raped orbiters, Stardust, Wick, plus more, are desperately trying to paint me as a doxer permissive of doxing for exceptionally tenuous reasons. And this is him linking to the dox by Destiny of Saiba and someone. Yeah, I think it was just Saiba and someone else. Do you consider that an honest framing of what happened, Elderdrazi?
It is, beyond my opinion, it is factually incorrect.
Why?
So my first and last name were both used to start. Not only that, and my city was put up there, and there was certain people in his Discord that were trying to find more information actively. And also, if Chud really believed that, he wouldn't have had some concerns that he expressed at the time, such as his Discord perhaps getting shut down. He expressed fear of like TOS violations. If there was nothing going on beyond people making jokes, I can't imagine why there would be any fear of his Discord being in danger whatsoever.
Well, we happen to have the screenshots. Well, Stardust has most of them in a handy-dandy presentation, and hopefully she gets here soon so we can go through these receipts. I have a few, but I've looked at some of these and some of these screenshots, and I went back and I reviewed the record and things like that. They put his full name on display, okay, first and last. They put his city, where he lived, on display. They put his state on display. They showed pictures of his wife and his ex-girlfriend in lingerie. They posted where he worked. The idea that, and this is the argument I hear, right? That, oh, well, you were poor with your OPSEC, right? You had poor OPSEC. You left your real name connected to one of your accounts. Well, first of all, did you intend to do that?
No, I just, I guess a lot of these things never occurred to me because I never had a big enough audience where I thought like I should like look at all my accounts to make sure everything's good. It just never even occurred to me that anybody would look or care. So it just never occurred to me. I think that a lot of people who stream to small audience have the same thing.
but that isn't like the analogy I would, and this is the excuse, right? That it was easy to dox him. It was too easy to dox him because he made it easy because he had poor OPSEC, right? He left his real name connected to some accounts he should not have, and this allowed these people to find all this information, to go back and dig for over a year, right? To find like your wife's Instagram and all those things. That
Yeah.
because it was so easy that it doesn't count. This is obviously bullshit, and you would never accept it in any other circumstances. And more importantly, the Spicy Chat community, including Queeman, does not. I have another tweet for us to go over before we get into the meat of today, but I think it's important to look at. Give me one moment. I have just so many that I got to get through to the right ones. Here it is. So here is Queeman back in 2023. So this is like just after what happened, right? Ish, timeline-wise. I can't make it much bigger.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I'll just read it out to you. So Queeman says, Stardust moderator, Testicle Johnson, attempting to dig up info on me and share docs info in her community a few months ago when I first started shitting on her. Curious. Lisa response, he wasn't trying to dox you. It was during the 2 hours of hate, allegedly for Stardust, but was more hate Lisa out. Testicle felt bad that you guys had laid bare all my failings and was trying to make me feel better by showing that you weren't so great. It's my fault. Queeman says, no, this is proliferating dox information to a much worse degree than anything we did with Drazi. You're just wrong, and I don't care about your mentally ill gunk guarding. So what do you guys think he shared here? What do you guys think that Testicle Johnson was sharing here? It was a YouTube channel. So the idea that a public, it's not private. I checked it, right? It's not a private YouTube channel. It hasn't been privated, right? It's someone's public YouTube channel that they made that was, again, linked. That is in any way doxing, and I'll show you the evidence of it. Here it is. Here's the unredacted tweet, right? It's just a link to the YouTube channel called Queeman. That's all it is. That is somehow worse or equivalent to them finding your name, finding your workplace, finding your wife's pictures, finding your ex-girlfriend's pictures, posting them, mocking them, continuing to harass you about them, is so blatantly dishonest on the face. I don't know if I have much further that I can even narrate about this because it is just so wildly inappropriate. Like, again, if I posted Elder Drazi's YouTube channel in my chat, even without his permission, I have not doxed him by any means, right?
I agree.
So these people know, right? These people know that they're full of shit. They know that their standards are not the same for their behavior versus other people's behavior, right? And here Queeman is calling what Testicle Johnson did a doxing attempt worse than anything, to a much worse degree than anything we did with Drazi. And again, it's just the dishonesty on display. So again, their definitions of doxing change based on who's doing it. Their level of outrage about what's happening changes based on who it's being done to. These people are not serious interlocutors, and we're gonna get some receipts hopefully when Stardust shows up.
There's two things I can add to that. One of them was that they also shared Google reviews that I had made, so essentially letting people know places that I go to, which is probably, like, out of all the things, like the biggest threat of harm to me. This is telling people, like, here's restaurants that this guy goes to, so, like, if you're in the area, you can go there and you might find him. I thought that was pretty wild. And also, I forgot about this, and I don't think it's up anymore, But when I refused to engage with their like little hate session thing, they did a really long video on what I believe is Chudlogic Noir channel, and they talked shit about my kid being trans in that video. I just checked the channel; it seems to be down now. But this was sort of like I interpreted this as like my punishment for not going through with it. So like they even brought my kid into things, which I thought was pretty shitty. I never really watched the whole thing, but some people told me about it and like sent me like time to just like look, and I seen maybe a total of like a minute and 30 seconds of the whole thing. I just didn't really feel the need to engage with it, even at like a personal level. But that certainly happened as well.
So yeah, this is the whole thing. Like when Chud says that he does not tolerate doxing, he's simply lying. He's simply not being honest.
He is.
Stardust, welcome to
Hello.
the show. How you
Hey,
doing?
Star.
Hello. Good. How are you?
Is that real? Somebody in my chat just said they got banned from Chud's chat for saying that, hey, I think this got way out of hand. I'm assuming at the
I have
time.
no idea. I'm not gonna. No, we have bigger fish to fry than a chat ban right now. We might get into that, right? But
Well, I just think it shows
again,
the attitude.
like, and I just want to make sure that, and hopefully Stardust can get up once she gets up her PowerPoint presentation. We're gonna go through exactly what was posted, right?
Yeah.
But while she's getting ready, I just want to make this take, right? Like, it the fact that they're trying to downplay it, and I see the fuckers in chat, right? Remy LeBeau, for example, saying this is the funniest thing he's ever. This is not being honest. His wife publicly posted it. Well, again, the YouTube channel that Queeman complained was doxing also was publicly posted by that person, and yet he recognizes that that might be inappropriate in that case. But for some reason, when they go through, and because again, I remember this, and correct me if my memory's faulty, either of you, it wasn't Instagram post that his wife had just posted. This was from like a year back.
Yeah.
Before any of that happened, right? They dug through shit to find it, and specifically went through a year's worth of likes of Eldrazi in order to find that post. They absolutely engaged in digging. That was insane. Oh, I love the little I guess I don't even know what this is, the cover letter picture or something.
It's just the cover photo. Hello everybody. I'm not on camera yet because my makeup is not finished, but I am here regardless because I am somebody. So when I saw all this going on, you know, I saw this going on and I was immediately incensed. I was immediately enraged. I remember seeing all of this happen with Eldrazi, specifically the humiliation stream that they tried to do on Eldrazi happen. I was still overseas, and it made me so mad that I made I called in, I talked about it with Doobie and Zonia on a stream, and then after that stream happened, Chudlogic reacted to the stream, and his reaction was like, oh, Star is just doing this because her career is dying, and Star is just doing this. She doesn't even know what the fuck she's talking about, right? And so being me, I was like, well, if he thinks I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, I'll put together how many slides is this? Is this, I'm pretty sure it's like 58, yeah, it's a 58 slide presentation, okay? So maybe I went a little overboard, but you know what I thought? He thinks that I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. So I'll make a whole slideshow presentation to explain exactly what's happening and why I have an issue with this, right? And that's what I did. And then, of course, the reaction to my slideshow was, she's psychotic. Well, what did you expect? What did you expect, Chudlogic? Okay? Did you think that I was just going to let you, you know, slander me like this? No, of course not. So let me know when you guys want to go through it. I am ready whenever you are, because I will explain the entire thing.
The whole 58 slides, but what I am interested in is
yes,
the receipts of what specifically was posted that count as doxing, that we would consider doxing? Do you have
that we would consider very problematic. Yeah.
Yes.
So let's go. It is. Give me 1 second here.
Take your time.
So
Okay.
here is when, yeah, here it is. After making his video, so this is Eldrazi makes a video about this job that he thinks is a scam, and after making this video, basically people find out that they start digging through Eldrazi's info. They found that Eldrazi listed his full name on TikTok, among other things, and in Spicy Chat, things were posted. So here is Rita, a well-known doxer in Chudlogic's community, saying, wait, Eldrazi has his real name listed on his TikTok? And you've got people here saying, seemingly, Elder Docs, not even a dox. He reveals where he lives by outing the company. I found his location. Good. Where did Drazi get fired from? So it's like already this is happening. They're finding his location, right? They're after this. Eldrazi has a website, but it's not functional. They find his AV company. Do we know what state Eldrazi is in? Unrelated to previous image. Then they found that one of the companies is registered at a P.O. box. Rita's being very malicious here, saying, no one, wink, wink, no one texts Eldrazi on TikTok and ask him to do this. Do not pivot to his personal information using this. Then they're commenting on his OPSEC being really insane. We've got Pretty Tony and a bunch of people making jokes with Eldrazi's name, both first and last name. Sorry, 1 second.
And to be clear, you did not want this to be public info, right, Drazi?
No, I spoke to Chud about it.
Yeah, you asked him to take it down, correct?
It came up in the conversation. I didn't really
Sure.
get to ask much. He was asking all the questions and got mad when I answered questions.
Fair enough. We'll get into that later, but I don't know, man. Like, people, again, if because of your and I'm gonna be real with you, Eldrazi, it was poor OPSEC, but I've already told you this.
Sure.
But again, if due to someone's negligence, I am able to find personal information about you, and then I start spreading that information, that I start publishing that information in a Discord to how many people? 50, 100, however many were in Spicy Chat at the time. They start going through it, combing through it, using that information to find further information, such as your workplace, all these things, your zip code, your P.O. box, right? That's crazy. I don't know. If you don't think that's doxing, I just don't. I don't treat you seriously. You're not a serious person. Because, and I want to be clear, they would never accept that. None of you fuckers in chat, right? None of you fuckers in chat. If I were to do the same thing to you, if due to your negligence, you had, again, some kind of information connected to one of your accounts that you did not intend, and then I was able to use that information to get more information, that is doxing. That is doxing. And then I publish it and talk about it in a public Discord or even a private Discord, right? Because, again, publish, the definition of publish, I'm going to be very clear. One of the definitions of publish is to give to a third party, right? When in defamation cases, for example. All you need to do to have published defaming information, all they need to do is prove you gave it to one other third party. That's it. That's what publishing is, okay? I want to make that very clear. So people will say, well, it's not publishing if it's in a private Discord with 500 people. No, motherfucker, it is.
Wick, does the definition of doxing even matter? Like, I guess it just you can ask
It
anybody
doesn't.
if this happened to your sister, would you be like, well, it wasn't doxing? If you say it's not doxing or it is, like the people who don't want it to be will find a definition that suits it. The people that do want it to be will find a definition that suits it. If this happened to your sister, would you be happy about it? How would that make you feel? Like that's the kind of like frame of reference that you should have when somebody brings up the word doxing. I think that the term is where people get lost and argue way too much over. It's like, what happened? Is this okay? That's really the question I think that matters.
And again, finding your full name, using that information to find more information, such as your P.O. box, such as your wife, such as your ex-girlfriend's Instagram or whatever. and posting that, it's obviously malicious. It's obviously harassment, and this is behavior that Chud didn't just allow.
He egged it on.
There was a screenshot you sent me, Elder Drazi, a specific one.
Oh.
I think you posted last night on Twitter. Let me see if I can find it. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I mean, I have an idea. I have Twitter open at the top on my top screen here. Let me see.
Give me a second.
Not that one.
I'm pretty
Oops.
sure.
Sorry.
No, take your time. Well, you guys can yap while I'm looking for this.
Sorry, I just messed up what I was sharing on screen.
Here we go.
Okay.
It's all good.
Oh, I just found it too. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Good. And this is what Chudlogic says. Just to be clear, because I guess I should just ask you directly. What exactly did he do about all of this? What was the remedy for after your conversation, after you discussed it, after you made it very clear to him that you did not want this information in his Discord? What did he do?
Well, he did publicly. He said he was going to do something about it because during that call, other people got involved. But then after that call, and he said that he was going to do something about it. He banned like one person, I think. There was maybe two, but it was if it was a full day, I would be shocked. I'm pretty sure it was less than a day. I could totally be wrong about that.
Hours.
Very short period of time. I think it was hours. Yeah, I'm trying to be charitable.
For hours.
Just because if I say the wrong thing, people are going to freak out.
Yeah, the people who run around publishing your full name, publishing your city, publishing your state, publishing your wife's pictures, publishing your girlfriend's pictures in lingerie, and he got a day. And then we have, and this is what Chudlogic says in his server. He says, just to be clear, I am only changing and deleting to protect the server. I stand by everything I have said. He makes it very clear here that he does not actually care about doxing, except for that it might impact him, right? That it might impact the server. That's the only actual issue he had with what they did to you. And you know how I know that? It's because he says it right here. So again, remember, this motherfucker said, doxing is a red line for me. This is something he said, I think, yesterday. Doxing is a red line for me. So I have had to ban him from the server and sever ties. Chud, doxing is obviously not a red line for you. It obviously isn't. And how do we know you're lying here? Because of your behavior. Because how you acted. Because what you have done. It's not a red line for you, buddy. You're fucking lying. Anyway.
Bad optics is his red line.
Yeah, and even that is questionable, right? So, if I can just elaborate, people pulled up Edie's city-state pictures of his wife and his girlfriend. They repeated his name as a joke. They even made a mega folder of all of his Google reviews. And if you think that Chudlogic doesn't approve of this behavior, you can see in this screenshot here, they posted the mega folder of all of his Google reviews. Did Chudlogic have an issue with it in these screenshots? No. Obviously not. It's insane. Who does that? Who pulls up every Google review and compiles them into a mega folder? It's absolute insanity.
I have never done something like that. That is insane.
And that requires those tools. By the way, that requires those tools that were being shared in the leaked server. In the leaked recently. That leaks one of the tools that they were using there is something that you can use to pull up people's Google reviews. So this is connected. The LOL archiver. Yeah.
I have no idea about that.
Well,
I can tell you. I'll tell you that it does. I have an idea about it. Okay,
so
you
it's
can
funny,
pull up people. Yeah,
we're gonna get to the conversation in a second after we finish this.
Yeah.
But I asked one of the snarker guys, right? I asked them publicly on Twitter. I asked, say, hey, if you don't think this tool is such a big deal, that as long as people don't like spread it maliciously and say, I asked them. I think the wording was, if all I did was ran this tool and then passed it on to a single individual, Destiny, you'd be okay with that? He said yes. So I, out of curiosity, after getting permission, ran the tool just to see what I could find. I got this bro's location. I got this bro's full name. I got 9 of his other linked accounts, or I'm not sure if they were linked accounts or if they were like past names of accounts of the same account. I'm not sure, right? It was wild. I didn't send the information anywhere. I deleted it after, and I deleted my history of it and things like that, because that's way too much. I didn't actually want to know about this guy, right? But these are some seriously fucked up tools. That's all I gotta say. You can get so much information, and all I did was run his Twitter handle. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. So that's crazy.
Yeah, agreed.
Any other thoughts on the Drazi stuff specific?
Oh, I just wanted to show you guys. I do think that there's some stuff. This was just a screen cap I took of the mega folder. And they shared one of the reviews here, the White Castle review. Again, Chudlogic is laughing along when this happened. You can see him typing, ha ha ha. Then Bug Squander says, oh, Eldrazi's deleted his TikTok as well. Chudlogic says, Jesus, why? Bug Squander says he was using his full name as well as Eldrazi. So it's like they knew. Chudlogic is laughing along. Edie's wife's Twitter and TikTok were pulled up, and his wife was not connected to Eldrazi on any of the platforms. So,
Hey,
yeah.
I just want to correct something. So Queeman messaged me this morning, which he then also shared into Spicy Chat, the conversation. He informed me that he actually found my wife because I had liked a single one of her tweets, which means not only did they go through my Twitter with a fine-tooth comb, they went through every single one of my likes to see who's stuff that I had liked, and a single one of her tweets I had liked, and that's how they found her Twitter.
Yeah. So as from a video essayist perspective, I remember going through Frogan's likes, right? I didn't like the amount of detail you have to go through people's profiles to find out that that was your wife. Like I went through Frogan's likes. You think that I found anybody that she knew or clicked on any of the profiles to see if they were somebody related to her? Absolutely not. Like, are you kidding me? Like the fact that you liked a single tweet of your wife and then they I guess decided to go through that person's Twitter is insane as well, right?
Yeah.
So I made a compilation. I said in this, you can say at the very least that these things were shared in Spicy Chat of Eldrazi's. His full name, his city, his state, his wife's TikTok, his wife's Twitter, pictures of his wife in lingerie, pictures of his ex-girlfriend in lingerie, and Google reviews that show places he's visited.
Doobie for $10 says, not true. You don't need that tool to pull up reviews. They were publicly attached to his name, which was in his TikTok and Twitch profile. There's nothing to connect this to the LOL tool at all. I can't speak to the tool itself or what can connect and what not when it comes to Google reviews specifically. But again, the whole point of what they are doing is they are using a piece of information that they found that, again, we all admit that Eldrazi was for OPSEC, and they were using it to dig for more information, which they published to their server, which they used to harass, mock, and deride. If that's not that, I mean, that's just definitionally doxing.
Yeah, I could be wrong about that. But for what I certainly don't have the skills to just using somebody's name alone pull up all their Google reviews. And I imagine that other people using that tool, could pull up those reviews. So regardless of whether you think that they're publicly attached to him, it is, the compilation of publicly or privately available information is considered doxing in California law. And Discord follows California law. It is against Discord TOS.
I would say it's probably like a little too old for those tools. I think that those tools use
Yeah,
some kind of AI.
I don't think the tool matters.
But
honestly.
I would say that it actually it would just seem to show more dedication to digging things up, because I feel like those are AI assisted tools. So if you don't have them, you're even more dedicated to finding the stuff. So I don't know if that necessarily helps anybody's case.
It is what it is. What, I guess, my takeaway from this, and I do want to get to the actual conversation because I want to cover that, but just to kind of put a bow on the Eldrazi stuff specifically, is, again, we have, I think, fairly compelling evidence that we've shared with you that Chudlogic was not only okay with this being shared, and what I mean by this is Eldrazi's full name, Eldrazi's workplace, Eldrazi's city, Eldrazi's state, his wife, his ex-girlfriend. He was not only okay with this being shared in his Discord, but he also was laughing along with it. And when he was called out, the only thing he did was ban a guy for maybe a day, probably less than that. So the idea that it's a red line just doesn't add up. It doesn't fit the facts. So the question
doesn't.
is, if doxing isn't his red line, what is the red line? Why was Shamu banned and not the other doxers that he has in his community? Because remember, you guys know Aiden?
Yeah.
Aiden doxed someone, apparently,
Mhm.
and was really weird with their wife or something.
So it's Lio Convoy's wife. Lio Convoy's wife is not a public figure, and he doxed and showed her face, basically.
And I was sent this screenshot. Well, I wasn't sent, but it was on Twitter. But I believe he's being tagged in Chud's space. He's still there. He's a doxer. He's still in his community. Interesting. Crazy. I thought doxing was a red line for him.
I mean, I'm willing to be somewhat charitable and say, oh, maybe he banned him and then let him back in. But, like, I don't know that history, you know? I just don't know it. Oh,
Possible.
yeah.
But it does raise questions, right? And I think that, again, pointing to the other Eldrazi stuff, it's very clear that he's okay with it in certain circumstances. And not only that, but he eggs it on. And this is something that they all do. This is not just when it comes to doxing, but when it comes to harassment, for example. Let's talk Queeman for a minute, right? The other guy who got gaped in the conversation that we're about to watch. Queeman is a guy who specifically has attacked me, has attacked Stardust, and probably Eldrazi as well. Queeman made up a rumor that he spread on his channel and on Twitter and into other communities that I had made a GoFundMe and was stealing the GoFundMe money. He accused me of theft.
I remember that.
Yes, just to let everyone know, about 3 years ago now, I made a GoFundMe for a dental situation I had. One of my teeth broke in half, and I was very poor at the time. I had to raise a little money to take care of that, and so I made a GoFundMe. It took me a while to find a dentist that would do it within the price range and someone I felt comfortable with, that I didn't think was kind of scamming me or being weird. But because it took a little bit longer than I expected, he started spreading a rumor that I had stolen the money. And this rumor is something I still get hit with today, because people will come into my comments and say, where's the tooth money? Even though, as you guys can see, I used it to fix my teeth. This is, again, let's talk what he did with the JStalk community. And let me pull up this tweet.
Can I just comment on that? The tooth situation is that I was so upset by that because it was just so mean-spirited. One, nobody likes to be in a situation where they, you know, something as front and center as your teeth is being criticized, right? Nobody wants to be in that situation. And to just cruelly dig on this guy who is doing his best, to be cruel about the fact that he hasn't been able to get it fixed yet, to be cruel about the fact that that he is struggling a little bit to come up with the funds for it it is just disgusting to me, right? Like there's certain lines we should have for people when it comes to when it comes to things like this. Making up that somebody stole the money because they're still working and getting everything together. It was just infuriating to me, really.
I understand. Here's also some of the other stuff that Queeman does, and I'm going to share these on screen. This is him sending one of his community members, Bug Squander. And hopefully you guys can read the... Oh. This is him... Bug Squander... Hold on. In order to... well, we'll just read it. Mantis says the following. And she posted this last year. The thing about Queeman is he's very calculated, good at presenting one way publicly while behind the scenes in another with his little crew of A-loggers, leakers, and shit stirrers. Here's his mod, editor, and personal dirt finder, Bug Squander, revealing their strategies and motivation. So this is... And this isn't the only woman they've done this, right? I have other DMs that I haven't given permission to share, but they went around to all the women who've been on my show. I don't know about all of them, but a few, and tried to get them to leak DMs. The purpose of which to paint me as a sex pest, right? This is a narrative that they went with for a little bit. It didn't stick because there was nothing there, and this is just something that they've constantly tried to do. They dropped that for other avenues of attack, but it'll still come up once in a while. But again, this is back in 2023. Where are my Wick DMs? Bug, no. Yes, it's dead out there. If I have to listen to Queeman cover another second of anything Destiny related, I'm kicking him into traffic. Give me something I can work with, woman. I know it's fucking boring. I'm glad I've been busy this week, to be honest, because this is absolute dogshit Snoofest content. You're not busy enough. If you aren't going to stream, you're going to sleuth. Time to get to work and get me dirt. Lives don't just ruin themselves. Christmas is coming. Sad is running rampant. There's a content goldman belonging to a lonely old man sat out there somewhere. Let's go. This is what they do. They will try to dig up dirt, to ruin lives, to get information, to dig, to dig, to dig. It is absolutely a form of harassment. It's something they do all the time. It is coordinated. They are going out and doing these things. And here, let me get to the... If I don't get to the wrong thing, I'm going to stop sharing while I look for it. But here... Oh, here it is. We'll just listen to it. But this is them admitting to basically running a scam on tomfoolery. And basically what they're doing here is... Oh, am I still live? Elder Drowsy, is that your video or mine?
What do you mean?
Oh,
I didn't...
his video is just not coming up. But anyway, let's watch it.
So this bitch who spent the entire time where I was 50 viewers, 100 viewers, 150 viewers, trying to starve me out, trying to suffocate me, remove all oxygen that could possibly come my way, slander me, claim I was brigading him, all sorts of shit, can suffer and rot watching from the outside as his place in the orbit was usurped by J-Stalk through a deliberate and coordinated effort to create a new Destiny after show by both of us. He was put in the fucking dirt, taken down from 150 viewers to 0. He can sit there miserably looking in on the ruins of his old social circles, and he can suck on my dick daily.
So this is Queeman admitting to him and J-Stalk basically running an op on tomfoolery is who they're referring to, right? If you guys remember, during the time, the Destiny after show, such as it was, tomfoolery had about 150 viewers or so. People would stop watching Destiny, and after Destiny, they would go on to tomfoolery show to watch the drama. J-Stalk didn't like that, right? Queeman didn't like that. They don't like tomfoolery for a wide variety of reasons. So Queeman and J-Stalk and others got together, and they started spreading rumors about tomfoolery, right? And I remember this, right? They would started spreading rumors that he was weird with women. They would start going on that he would be, he was just a loser for a lot of reasons. But this was a coordinated campaign in order to put him in the dirt and replace him with J-Stalk. So people who act as if they don't coordinate things, that's just not true. This is him admitting it, and this isn't the only one who has it. Let's look at the Beckett DMs, right?
Can I just say real quickly? I got Aiden, the guy who doxed Lio Convoy's wife, was not banned from Chud's Discord. Apparently, he got scolded for it, but wasn't banned. And also, I don't know if you know. Well, actually, I'll just message you about this. Go ahead with what you were going to do. So,
you can tell me because I'm trying to find it right now. Like, I got all these different things in all these different places. Here, let's one. Okay.
Like Rise as well was because, like, what's a good way to put this? It's really down to Queeman. Queeman built Just Oak. More than anybody else, Queeman built Just Oak. It's only when he reached like a decent size that Destiny started raiding him regularly, and because like the Destiny after show where people who'd had drama on Destiny ended up talking was tomfoolery. Now Destiny wasn't raiding Tom, but it was like, that was like, oh, what's happened on fucking Destiny today was this gay shit. And that was like Tom bringing people on. Just Oak killed Tom off. And that, in big part, that was due to Queeman, because what Queeman would do was Queeman would go live and then end his stream and raid into Just Oak to basically boost Just Oak's numbers. He was very open about doing this. He talked about it before. He was open at the time. And so basically, Just Oak just had more viewership than Tom, because Tom's, like, Queeman had more viewership than Tom did. And he was really pushing for this as, like, a funny op.
And remember, this isn't the only thing they would do. It's not just a question of, oh, I raided into you to build you up. This was paired with a coordinated campaign to spread lies, rumors, and deceptions about tomfoolery. Because if you guys remember, it happened on my show a couple times, right? Where there was a drama because tomfoolery would look at a picture of a woman online, and Queeman, Spicy Chat, all these people would pretend that he's a sex pest, right? Pretend that he's assaulting women, pretend that he's being weird towards women and things like that. And they would spread this rumor maliciously. They spread the rumor that he was a liar, that he hadn't actually, that he was lying about his past, that he was lying about a few things that he'd done in the past, right? And this is a constant thing that they did in combination with the raiding in order to destroy tomfoolery so that they could replace him with someone they liked, which was J-Stalk at the time. This is obviously coordinated attempts at harassment and destruction of channels. So when they act as if they don't do this stuff, right? When they act as if they're above the coordinated gay ops, that's just not true. Do we understand this? That is just, it's just a lie.
And I just want to also bring up, Elder Drazi brought this up, that Chudlogic was reminding people of Elder Drazi's last name recently, right? When was it? How many months ago was it?
It was February 2025. But I mean, it shows like where he stood on it.
Yeah, so he's still to this day, making fun of Elder Drazi for having his name attached. And again, you know, like, there's a lot of, like, I feel like charitability being given to Chud in the chat. When I remember specifically when I had my debate with Chudlogic, that Elder Drazi told me that people who were saying that they told Elder Drazi how to get stuff offline hadn't yet. I remember that. And that was just a lie. Remember, Chudlogic brought Elder Drazi on to ask him, how do you feel about my community making fun of you and making fun of your information? And as Elder Drazi continued to say, well, hey, I don't really like it, but I'm worried about other people, and continued to talk with Chudlogic, Chudlogic got more and more upset and was like basically saying that Elder Drazi should thank him for exposing how bad his OPSEC was by humiliating him and making fun of him in his community.
Crazy work.
He
$10
wanted him
from
to
Doobie.
suck his cock for humiliating him.
I
$10
kept
Sorry.
telling him it didn't bother me too. And my
Yeah.
my big concern was that there's other people. It was clearly part of a trend of the behavior they were doing, because it started with a friend streamer of mine and then went on to me, and I explicitly said there's some people who can't take this. I'm fine. I can take jokes. I hosted the roast of Chudlogic, for crying out loud. I put a target on him and me specifically, being the host, for people to make fun of and go as hard as they want. You can make jokes about me. I didn't support Mr. Girl for 2 years and not have fucking thick skin, okay? I can take a fucking joke. I can take people being fucking mean. I can take people being twisted. But when you bring people's family into it, in like really weird, like creatively fucked up ways, that's a fucking problem.
True. Not to mention how they treated Mantis when her nudes got leaked. But we're going to get into that.
It's fucking gross.
$10. Yeah, $10 from Doobie. His full name, city, and state were publicly attached on multiple platforms. No need to attach this to the whole thing. It didn't even take dedication. It was very simple. Search for name plus city, state. Again, true Doobie. It was easy to dox him, but that does not change the fact that he got doxed, right? Because it was easy to accomplish this does not mean it was not done. Again, if I leave my door open, unlocked, if I pass out on my couch, right? And a thief comes in and steals my shit, I have not been robbed. You could be like, bro, you were really stupid for leaving the door open and for passing out and not being vigilant, and that would be true. But also true is I still got fucking robbed.
Saxon, thank you so much.
Just
for
because
the
it was easy doesn't mean it
membership.
didn't happen. So, yes, there were plenty of OPSEC things that Elder Drazi did that were fucking stupid, but he was still victimized by these people, harassed by these people.
All of that goes right out the
Exactly.
window when you're talking about the people in my family too. Where was their names posted? You know what I mean? They had to do digging for that,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
which is what I had a
And
problem
sharing-
with.
And you know, this is what has gotten me into a lot of heat recently, but sharing the you cannot tell me that you care about the dignity of women and you care about, you know, female victims when you have been sharing the lingerie photos of somebody's wife and ex-girlfriend who were not public figures. You cannot tell me that. I'm sorry, I don't believe it. And then also on top of that, to continue to share around Mantis's media after she's made it clear. Well, I mean, it's clear that that was a mistake, right? Right? It's clear that it's a mistake. So you're continuing to share it around?
Yeah.
You know, like, you cannot tell me that you care about that. You don't.
$5 from Mantis. New Zealand dollars. I don't know how much that is. Looking forward to all the, well, actuallys from Doobie tonight. Smiley face. Thank you for the $5. $10 from Doobie. Also, for context, this started because Elder Drazi posted a video where he was arguing with an employer that turned him down and showed the company name, her name, and phone number in the video, if I recall correctly. Is that true about the video?
So here's what the video was. In one, you can't dox a fucking company. They pay to have their shit advertised. They want you to find their name and phone number. That's what companies do. I made a video of a text exchange between me and a person working there. Not only did I tell her that I was recording it, and she said that's fine. Also, in Michigan, you don't have to tell people you're recording a conversation if you're one of the parties in the conversation. I put it up there because it was based on the text that I had gotten from her. It was so crazy. I knew when she called it was going to be some batshit crazy stuff, and I put it up as a funny video. I had music and stuff on it. It was very clearly meant to be a funny video, but because obviously they thought it was funny, but they also thought it was cringe, and that pissed them off for some reason. It was a very weird thing to me that it made them so upset. But yeah, I posted that video. It was something I recorded on the fly in the moment.
Like, why this? Are they trying to say that because you posted this video and it had a company name in it that you were
Yes.
fair game?
Well, they were saying that they made the claim that I doxed the company, which isn't a thing. Also, some of them tried to say that like I was literally breaking the law by posting it, which is not the case. I work in surveillance. I know all the recording laws for any state I've ever lived in. Like it was just a very crazy thing. They were looking for something in that to get upset about. I think it's because I didn't do their like Night of Hate thing in the Discord, and they were just using this as like a jumping off point.
This is the problem we're having, right? Is that there is a constant stream of excuses when they do a thing, right? When they're engaged in bad behavior, there's a constant stream of justification and excuses like, well, we can do this because you did this. We're allowed to do this because of X, Y, and Z. We just don't like you. You're not worthy of moral consideration because of these reasons. And it's a pattern of behavior that they will do constantly, all the time, right? To engage in the behavior that they purportedly criticize, right? But again, like I'll give you an example that happened in my Discord just yesterday. So one of the people in my Discord had been critical of me having Destiny in my Discord. Okay, he's critical of me because he thinks that it makes the space unsafe for women. Right? He thinks that having Destiny in my Discord makes women less safe, and he's criticized me for that. He's been constantly critical for that because what if Destiny doxes someone? What if Destiny harasses a woman in my Discord? What if Destiny stalks a woman in my Discord? Right? That would be horrible. How would I ever? Why would I? How could I live with myself? All these things. This same person has defended Chud, and again, in my Discord, no one has been doxed. No one has been stalked or harassed. The few times it has happened where someone harassed, we have banned them. In Chud's server, however, I can point to you to instances where someone has been doxed, where women have been harassed about their nudes that got leaked, right? I can point to where they've doxed women, where they've stalked women, right? Like, I can do that. I can point to those things, right? Well, Elder Drazi, sorry, not women. Elder Drazi specific. I didn't mean to do you like that, bro. It's not hypothetical. And yet, for whatever reason, this guy doesn't have the same smoke for Chud. In fact, he defends Chud. Crazy war. There's a difference. There's a variable difference between me and Chud in that Destiny's in my community, Destiny isn't in the other community. And that's all it really comes down to at the end of the day is if Destiny's involved, there is no charity. If Destiny's not involved or someone against Destiny is involved in it, it's infinite charity. That's it. That's the standard. That's the actual principle. And that's where we're at. But, yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead, of course. And then we're going to get the actual conversation up. And we're going to start watching that. Yeah.
Obviously, I've been like talking about this stuff, and I've had a lot of people reach out to me. And the one thing I keep hearing over and over and over again, and I haven't seen any evidence of this, is that Destiny is like actively doxing a lot of people. Is there any evidence of this?
I think he has doxed a few people. Yes, actually, yes.
Okay, then I'd say like that's bad. Even if if people doxed somebody in his community first, it's still bad. I don't think that equal retribution when the thing is that serious is okay. So I just didn't know if that was true or not.
I don't disagree. Disagree. But again, it's one of those things where I don't litigate off-platform behavior, right? I'm not the guy who's going to sit there and say, if you do this on my platform, I'll moderate it. But if you do it off my platform, outside of very extreme conditions, it is what it is. And the reason I have this principle, right, and the reason that I've decided on doing this way is because the way that allowing litigation of off-platform behavior manifests is this constant weaponization of the rules in order to get people you don't like banned. That's what happens. Like, so for example, there was a person in my server, someone DM'd someone else that they should kill themselves, right? Or that this person should kill themselves in a DM. Wasn't in my server, it was in some private DM. That DM got leaked to this person. and this person demanded that I ban that person from my server. I'm not doing that. I don't care what you say in private DMs about other people. I just don't. And this constant need to try to weaponize the rules, to destroy other people that have been mean to you, that you just don't like, who may have even done some very shitty things. I don't have time for it. I do not care at the end of the day. Your safety, and I want to be very clear about this, your safety is ultimately your responsibility. Does that make it right when people attack you? No. Does that make it right when people harass you? Of course not. But the first thing I'm going to ask you, if you tell me someone is harassing you, is have you blocked that person? And if you don't, if you aren't able to take that step or willing to take that step on your own, I'm not going to do it for you. That will be my advice. Just block them. I don't know. That's my stance. You could disagree with it, but here we are.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
you gotta-
a quick thing. This actually, you know what? You're gonna have to send a super chat of that for me to answer that. Sorry. Go ahead. Because I want to get Wick's. I want to get Wick's stance on. I want to get Wick's response on that, if that's true. So you have to send a super chat.
Let me know when they do, because I don't have a chat up right now. We're gonna watch the thing, but we can go to that in a second. So again, this is when he starts reviewing the leaks. We're gonna go through it. We're gonna watch it. You guys can all see it. Hopefully you can hear it, and let me know if the audio is right, and we're gonna talk about it. Sound good? Let's do it.
Shit. It's a name checker. So my understanding with this is that they were trying to find the details of a Twitter account that was posting the Tectone court docs to find out if it was Tectone. Now, I don't know what these tools are and what they were using, but my understanding is that they didn't ever post any any PII of anyone involved, which is what doxing would be. They were trying to find the identity to see if it was perhaps Tectone that was posting it. So, like, I don't know, it makes me feel a bit uncomfortable, the idea of using these tools to find out things on accounts. Yeah, do you know what, Dan? Fuck you, you fucking pathetic wretch, right? Do you know what Dan did? He fucking sent this to me, and he said, oh, hope these people aren't in your fucking Discord, right? So I saw it a little while ago, and obviously at some point I was going to get to cover it, and someone mentioned it in chat. Dan, you're a fucking pathetic, disgusting wretch. Fuck you from the bottom of my fucking heart, dude. Literally, fuck you, bro. You're a fucking disgusting wretch that you're fucking sending this to me to try and fucking manipulate me in some way, right? When you said someone's fucking name on a stream, bro. Call in if you want. Call in if you fucking want, and we'll talk about it, you fucking disgusting wretch. Fuck you, bro. Holy fuck, man. I'm furious.
So, he admits later that he didn't he hasn't gone through this specifically. He doesn't know what these tools are. He doesn't exactly know what's happening, right? He just got sent this information. He hasn't covered it yet. And already, sight unseen, before he's had a chance to look into any of this, he is going 0 to 100 on Dan, right? I think this demonstrates just how he's setting the stage, right? He's priming his audience. He's like, fuck you, Dan, you're trying to manipulate me. That's the accusation, that you're trying to manipulate me by sending me this. Oh my God. He hasn't even, to be clear, he hasn't read it yet. And he hasn't really covered it yet. He doesn't know what's going on, but he has already decided. Gang, the sweep is on. Okay?
It's super
He's already
weak.
decided, the big sweep. He is sweeping. He has decided, I'm going to sweep for this shit. It's going to bite him in the ass later, right? And we're going to get to that. We're going to see it. But this is him setting the stage, right? This is a manipulation tactic that he's doing. He's fucking furious, right? In his fucking stupid British accent at what Dan did. And Dan just sent him this shit. Sent him this bullshit. I don't know.
Can you imagine being so weak that you're terrified that somebody's manipulating you by sending you something? Like, this is what we do. Like, what the fuck? That's the most bizarre shit I've ever seen. Especially from somebody who covers stuff like this all the time. This is his wheelhouse. It's crazy.
I don't know. We're going to keep going. And, gang, if you guys want to comment on anything at any point, just tell me to stop the stream or pause the stream, and you guys can give your take, if you will. Does that
You
make
got
sense?
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Call
Yeah.
in, you fucking pussy. Call in now. Call in now if you want to send me a little fucking DM.
I wonder if he regrets that. I wonder if he regrets telling him to call in. We're going to find out. I'm going to change his playback speed a bit to make it go a little faster. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fine with me.
Okay.
Holy fuck, man. Are you calling in? Are you calling in or not, bro? Dude, this is obviously some fucking DGG gay op. It's so fucking obvious, and I'm not getting fucking drawn into it, bro. I'm not getting drawn into your gay little fucking... Oh, look, they're doxing too. Show me where these guys posted PII of people. Show me them on a stream saying a fucking name or an address, you fucking retard. Where is that? Yeah, you want to say it's fucking sweeping, right? Where's the fucking sweeping, bro? Where's the fucking sweeping? The fact that you're sat there, and the second that I bring this up, you start chatting, when you said this to me an hour ago. Holy fuck, dude. It is absolutely insufferable, bro. If you're fucking coming to me, knocking on my door about some fucking doxing shit, right? When your fucking master, and my former master, is that openly talking about fucking doxing people, and you're saying people's name on a fucking stream.
Former master.
Oh,
Was
yeah,
Destiny, his former master. That's a fucking.
I didn't
weird
realize.
thing to say.
Super cringe.
That's
Yeah, it was
crazy.
really weird. By the way, Wick, I think Doobie sent the super chat that he wanted me to answer or whatever, and I wanted to get your response on that to see if that's true, and also,
Yeah, I'll check it.
Yeah.
Here we go. Oh, for this is the one that Mantis said before. I'll read that real quick now that I'm on there. It says, for $5, doxing in self-defense is less bad than doing it for harassment because you like hurting people. Fair enough, but it's still bad in my opinion. $10 for Doobie. Wick has said he'd allow someone to remain on his server even if they are currently posting women's revenge porn all over Twitter and in other Discord servers. Can Wick say he cares about women? One, I can say that I care about women, and it would not be a friendly conversation that I would have with the person that I brought on that was posting revenge porn all over Twitter, right? But the problem with these hypotheticals and things like that is that, like, it's always used to weaponize. I have a free speech server, right? A free speech stream, which means that I have people on who have done really bad things. Being in my server is not a signing off on your behavior, right? And people like again, they're like kitty stuff, shit like that. I'll probably rule 0, right? But when it comes to stuff like this, again, it's a general rule. I don't moderate for outside off-platform behavior. That's my stance, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah. So I would disagree with Wick on that. I think if
fair.
somebody's actively, I think if somebody's actively posting revenge porn on other places, I would definitely not be okay with that.
To be clear,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be either. But
I know, but I wouldn't keep them in my server. I wouldn't keep them in my server.
wouldn't stop them from doing that.
That's true. It wouldn't, in like, just to be a bit nuanced about this, I would not be okay with them being in my server. But I could see maybe a situation where maybe if they did it in the past and apologized for it, that I could maybe find it acceptable for them to be in Wick's server. But if they were actively doing it, I'd have a huge issue with it for sure.
And again, if they did it in my server, obviously they would be out of there. But
yeah,
Anything like that, I think I'd assess
I
the situation
would-
and
I
take it
would-
case by case.
yeah. I would probably heavily disagree with Wick on that. If that were actively happening and he kept the person in the server, you would bet I would be arguing with him about
but
it.
here's
So.
the thing: it hasn't happened. So I mean, and we can point to Chud in his server where, doxing, all that shit, harassment and stuff happens. We can point to that.
Mm. And if I can just reply to one thing, this one person keeps yelling that I'm okay with Destiny. I just want you to know, when the stuff exploded over Pixie and I had no idea about it, I immediately condemned his actions in that. And him and I haven't been on, he blocked me on every platform for like 2 years. We hadn't talked in like 2 years. So it's like, I don't know where you're getting that I was okay with that, So
Look, they know this. Like Stardust, they know that this isn't true. They're saying it to excuse their behavior, right? They are saying this is why. They're like, these people are all part of Israel, I believe is the term that they're using now,
Dude.
right?
Yeah.
That they're all Mossad agents or some shit run by Destiny and things like that, and Dan and Ethan Klein and all these people. And Like, you say you aren't okay with it, but you haven't called him a racist pedophile yet, so you obviously are, and they're just trying to get you to turn out your pockets. They don't actually believe you've stolen anything. They just think it's funny to get you to turn out your pockets. That's it. You don't have to.
Yeah.
And this is the same, like, with these questions. They're not asked in good faith in a lot of cases, right? They're
Yeah.
not actually wanting to know the answer. They're just trying to get you a gotcha. They're just trying to get you to trip up on your words, make a contradiction. They don't think you've actually stolen. They just like to make you turn out.
They just like to make you, yeah.
That's it.
Okay, fair enough. Fair
Just
enough,
wanna-
yeah.
Just want to make sure.
I don't know if you're aware, but that video that Queenman says, like, talks about Israel and all that. First of all, the funniest thing I've seen while I was streaming ever. I got self-conscious about how hard I was laughing on stream. But also, they keep sharing clips of it on Twitter, but they keep leaving that part out. I wonder why they keep leaving that part out. It certainly boosts the views. It is genuinely hilarious. If you haven't seen that part, find it. It's the best. It's literally the best. It's so good.
You know, there used
I
to be a
honestly
thing-
think he has to be trolling. He has to be trolling. Like,
Well, there
I
used to be a
almost
thing.
don't believe it's real.
There used
Okay.
to be a thing where if someone publicly and suddenly converted to Christianity, you knew that the rape allegations were coming, right? Like, oh, something really bad is about to be released on this motherfucker. They have suddenly found Jesus, and they have publicly converted out of the blue and are going through all the talk shows talking about repentance and how they're a changed man. 9 times out of 10, you knew, oh, the allegations are coming, okay? This is that. The same dynamic at play. They know that some shit is about to drop on them, okay? They know some shit's about to drop, right? And so they're priming the pump. They are trying to frame the situation, and they are saying, all my enemies are Israel. Everyone who criticized me, secretly Israel. It's Israel. That's the term he uses. There's just like Israel tries to silence the Palestinians. My critics, who are run by Israel, who are doing the service and building of Israel, are trying to silence me. Right? That's what this is. That's the dynamic at play. Let's not pretend. We don't have to play these games. We could just fucking be honest. That's what's happening. We know it. They know it. I don't know. Let's any other comments before we start going into the thing?
Nope. I thank you for that. Yeah.
You're very welcome. Oh, let's watch.
Sort of fake bullshit hypocrisy point that you're trying to make. Fuck you. Do you want to call in? Yes or no?
He does call in later.
Yes or no? Yes or no, dude? Dude, it's absolutely pathetic. And then you do this little gay thing about sweeping. Where's the sweeping? Where's the fucking sweeping, Dan? Right? You think you're going to be a fucking puppet master for me? I don't fucking think so. My anti-Semitism knows no fucking bounds, bro. I'm totally unchained. I'm totally fucking unchained, dude. I see through it all now. Read it and defend it. Okay, I'll read it. If you don't want to come on, that's fine. I'll read it and I'll give my fucking take, okay? But you're clearly trying to do some little gay op. It's so transparent what's happening here. It's so fucking transparent, dude. You are trying to do some fucking little hypocrisy point, okay? I will read through it. I will read through it and I'll give my take. But it's absolutely fucking insufferable that the moment that I start talking about this, you're clearly watching, waiting for me to jump on this like fucking white on rice.
See, here's the thing. Dan obviously wants him to watch him cover this, right? But this idea of they're going for a hypocrisy point, maybe. I'm not Dan. But if they wanted a hypocrisy point, they just, again, point to what they did to Elder Drazi and said, you were okay with that, but you're not okay with this. Easy. That's much easier to do. Dan is, at least in my opinion, and I'm not Dan, so maybe I'm wrong, what he's trying to do is showcase that these people in this server are using these tools, right? Using tools that are docs tools in order to look up information on people. And again, in the leak, this is what they're doing. Nick Andros is posting this docs tool and saying, hey, you know, he says, and to be clear, Nick Andros on Twitter before this conversation is happening, or maybe while it's happening, I don't know. But his excuse, the initial excuse was, it's a joke. He was posting it as a joke. That excuse is unfortunately proven to be a lie by what Shamu says, right? So either Shamu's lying or Nick Andros is lying, but their story changes, and you can track it in real time as it goes. But let's keep going.
I'll read it, and I'll give a take. Let's go. Okay. So So I don't know what these things are. I'm told what they are. I'm told what they are, and I don't want to look at them. And I don't want to get involved in even clicking on it, because I don't know what they are, okay? Now here's the thing. Could I have a problem with using these tools? Possibly. I don't know what they do, and I don't know what they're designed to look up. Right? The thing that would make this doxing would be the publicising of the information that you find, normally for the purposes of harassment. So let's read through and see what we've got here. Let's have a little look. So Nicandros, redacted image. That redacted guy is 100% someone's alt or something. Nicandros says, Techie. Shamu. I don't know who, but that unredacted redacted person is in redacted state and is personal friends with Tectone. Okay. That looks bad on Shamu's part, I will say. I'd like to understand more about that. So what's going on with this? What is this? What is this here? What is this their state? And where is this information coming from? So that could potentially be an issue. I need to understand more about what that looks like. Yes, but when you say their Twitter, how have they got this information? Is it something that's publicized on their Twitter? Or is it something they've used a tool to find that you shouldn't have access to? That is the thing I need to understand. Because either they've used a tool to unearth some personal information and they're discussing it on on a Discord server, right?
I have a feeling they're not going to like my take on this
or
part.
they've mentioned it in a tweet, but that's different. They themselves have publicized the information. Dan, how's it going?
How's it going? Oh, Jinx.
Dan calls in. Okay, so we don't have to wonder anymore what Dan's doing this for. We can just hear him and see what he has to say. Let's go.
It's my best bud. How you doing, man?
No, I'm not your fucking best bud. You're a total wretch.
I know, I was
and you know
just called
exactly what you're
sarcasm.
fucking doing. I don't, dude,
Yes,
you're a
you're right.
fucking
Hey.
disgusting wretch, bro. You're there on a stream saying
Are you
someone's
just
fucking
here
name.
to,
No, because you were then sending this to me to do some sort of game manipulation for the
Yes.
stupid up that's running.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, correct. Yes. Do you want me to deny it? Absolutely. Yeah, that's what these people do all day, every day. And you're complicit in it if you're like,
Okay,
not having
explain how I'm complicit. Explain how I'm
Okay.
complicit in it. I know nothing about this. This is the
Alright,
first time I've
well,
looked at this.
I'm happy to. So first, let's start with here. Is it doxing if you don't publish the information?
Wait a second.
you
Explain
wanna
how
answer that?
no, explain how I'm complicit when I've never
Oh, I
seen
have
this
to go-
before in my life. Explain how I'm complicit.
Well, I guess to start with it, you have to heavily fucking load it. Like, it's probably okay, you probably don't care, you know, if it didn't publish it. But now I'm asking you, if you go after someone's info and you don't post it, is it doxing?
No.
Dude, I fucking love you. All right, well, you have to go and talk to people like Kilo, who have a bunch of examples of quote doxing in there, but the shit never gets published. I don't think I ever heard your standard on that before. That's new. So if like
Well, how
someone
can,
right
how can it be doxing if you don't publicize the information?
I wish Dan had asked, well, what do you mean by publish? Because that's an important distinction here. Again, legally, especially in defamation cases, publish is send to an unrelated third party. That's all it is. Right? So what does he mean by publish? I don't know.
Well, what about if you reach out to the person directly, right? Like you're going into their shit, you message them. Is that doxing? What about if you get their full name and address and you send it to your buddy?
What is your definition of doxing? It's
My
publicizing the
definition of doxing
information
is
normally
mine
for
is
the
making
purposes of
public.
harassment. Like, you know,
No,
you
mine's
going on
making
a
public.
stream and saying it on
You
a
just
stream.
asked me
That's
what my
doxing.
definition is. I told you, you don't want to fucking answer. I said mine is if you put stuff public. To me, that is the definition of doxing. I think like what happened with
Can we pause here for just a second?
lefty accounts
We
and,
can.
that are like
So just a few seconds ago, he said, "Oh, what's your definition of doxing?" Chud said something like going on stream, publicizing it, right? Is that not what he did with Eldrazi just like a year ago with his name?
A couple years, but yeah.
It is. No, it was
Okay.
last year, 2025. I saw the clip.
Oh, yeah. I forgot.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah.
You publicized your last name on
And that
your
was
stream.
intentional. It wasn't a mistake. Like, I'm willing to be forgiving if somebody pulls up something by mistake, right? Or if somebody
Same.
pulls up something unknowingly that they don't realize, right? But no, that was like, it was a joke. It was a joke made based off of your name, right? So, yeah, it was on purpose.
Okay. Are we good?
Mhm.
Yep.
Palestinian activists and like putting their info public, that's doxing, right? That would be doxing. Finding out who's behind a Twitter account and making that public information. That's doxing.
Okay.
That would be.
So,
Do you disagree?
right. Well, yeah, if you publicize information, yes, that's doxing. That's exactly what
Okay.
doxing is to me. So I don't understand why you've come to me with this definition which isn't doxing, and you're saying if you get the
well,
information,
no,
I say no.
if you don't think it's doxing, that's fantastic. I mean, I've been waiting for people to come around to this point for a while. So in your mind, it's cool, or not, maybe not cool, but you're okay with it. If people in your server start looking up each other's like handles and old emails and shit like that, that's fine with you. That's not doxing. That's okay in Chudlogic Discord, as long as they don't publicize.
Well, no,
it.
hang on a sec.
Like,
You're being very dishonest here. This is not
No, I
something
don't
that
think
happens
so.
in my Discord at all. I don't.
It's not something that happens in his Discord at all. No one's looking up old emails. No one's looking up information. Do we need to go back to the receipts again? So this is a direct lie. I want to make clear. Where he says that doesn't happen in his Discord at all. It's happened in his Discord quite a bit. This is something that they did with Eldrazi, and we just went the whole thing. I think that was very clear. Any comments on that? Or
No.
Participating in this at all in my Discord. So why are you saying
Okay.
it's okay in your Discord?
I'm asking if you're okay with it.
No.
I'm not saying these messages are from your Discord. They're from another Discord. I'm asking, are you okay with this behavior, or if you would ban someone for doing this in
Well,
your Discord?
okay. Well, I'd need to understand more information and what the purpose of them looking it up is. If they're
Well,
looking
I mean,
up
you
a
can
piece of
read from the
information,
top of the thing, and it'll help.
well, yeah, but you
okay?
wanted to fucking call in, didn't you? If they're making a video
Oh,
about
I gave you
something,
time, and then you kind of
if they're making a
part.
video about something and there's a piece of information they need to ascertain, as long as they don't
Mhm.
publicize PII, I don't necessarily have a problem with it. It depends on
Okay,
the
well,
context.
this was just a random person, by the way.
I
I
don't-
didn't go in it.
Okay. My understanding is
Well-
this person, they believed it was Tectone posting on an alt, and it didn't end up being Tectone on an alt,
Oh, so if I suspect someone of being an alt, it's cool if I look up who they are.
potentially. But if you don't publicize the information,
right.
then that's fine.
I think that's fucking based. I agree with you. But
Well,
that's
then what's
not.
the
It seems like
discrepancy?
it's
It
not
feels
most
like you've
people's
got-
standards.
Okay. Well, I mean, obviously it depends on the context, right? But the thing is, if you're looking up a piece of information, I mean, these guys are very diligent, well-regarded, like video essayists. Okay. As far as I
and
understand, they're
the
not
part about like
distorting.
gay-opping the guy into revealing more info, are you okay with that too?
Where's that exactly?
That would be the 7th line, Kandros 4-7. Anyone know how to gay-op them into revealing more info?
I mean,
Asking
it
the
certainly
public channel
it
there.
sounds bad, but I don't know
Oh.
what that means, and I don't know what that looks like.
see, this is what I mean by sweeping. By the way, the big sweep. It's infinite charity to these guys. I'm gonna, again, if this were DGG log, group chat with Destiny, Counterpoints, me, Stardust, Dan, a few others.
I probably
and this
wouldn't
is
be
the
in the
kinda
group
stuff
chat,
we were
but yeah.
talking about,
Yeah.
they would obviously, again, not be like, oh, well, we don't know, we need more context. No, they would go on like, shit, they're trying to gay op them into revealing more info so that they can identify the identities of this anonymous account. That's crazy, bro. Like, we know that would happen.
So-
we know it.
I gotta
Go ahead.
say, at this point in the video, because I watched like part of this, but not the majority of it, I don't think. I had a caller call in, and I said the exact same thing. I said, "Can you give me a good example of this gay op?" And they kind of tried to avoid it, and then they gave me an explanation that was like, I was like, okay, if that's true, that's fine. And I've been kind of reserved through this because at the point that I stopped watching this, unfortunately, as mad as I am at Chud, I ultimately ended up agreeing with Chud on this. Not I seen the clips that are funny, and I think that he did bad. But I'm just kind of like holding back because I think you're gonna have some things to say to me towards like the next few minutes of this.
We're gonna get to it. Don't worry. But
Yeah,
here-
I think it's fair to be critical and weigh everything, you know. So yeah.
and again, like the problem I mostly have is the double standard, right? It's if you can have a reasonable standard, and it could be a very reasonable standard, but if you hold a different standard just because of who is doing it, then we have a problem, don't we? Even if the standard, or even if both standards might be reasonable in a vacuum, we can recognize when someone is holding one side to a much different standard. Beware isolated demands for rigor, right? Demanding for rigor is fine normally. You want to see sources, you want to see information, you want to see specifics. But if you're only doing that in certain cases, you might be a dishonest actor. You might be sweeping. It's a form of sweeping. It's a way to sweep. It's demanding exacting definitions from one side while being very charitable to the other. Demanding specific sources cited in specific formats from one side, but just taking the word for the other, right? It's sweeping. That's what it is. That's how you do it. And people will retreat to the fact that, oh, I just have a reasonable standard for rigor, which, again, in a vacuum, very well might be reasonable. But in context, it's clear that they're trying to pull the wool over your eyes and sweep, and this is the way that they're doing it. It's a very common tactic. That's my opinion. Do you disagree?
No, I don't disagree.
I don't really have any strong opinions on that. I just have strong opinions on what these screenshots do and don't show.
Sure. We're going to get to it.
Well, to
like to
gay off someone
understand-
would be like if I messaged you, like, hey, can you send me a screenshot of your Twitter? And you sent it to me, and then I start looking at like, oh, okay, look at the date and time. He's obviously in the UK. Got it. Or like, oh, look at this. His Twitter language is an X. I got it. This is he speaks this language. That would be like tricking you to do something, gay-opping you into revealing more information so that I can find out who you are.
Well, the thing is,
Directly interacting with you.
when they say more info, it depends on what info you're trying to ascertain. Like,
I
are you
like this
trying...
charitability you're giving. Sure. Yeah.
Well, yeah, of course. Why would you think I wouldn't give this charitability? What take have I given that you would think that I would have a definitive problem with this without understanding the context? It just feels like
I
a big
think that
gotcha. It feels like a big gotcha attempt. That's
Oh,
what
it is.
feels
It
like.
is. It's like the best gotcha because I have so many screenshots of so many people for so long, just like whining and complaining and cringing and having their sand filled with vaginas. If anyone even looks up someone, like, hey,
Let me make this real. Let me make this
and they
simple
look
for you.
up someone.
Let me
and
make
that's
this
Can
what-
we
real
pause
fucking
here?
simple for you.
You can.
Can we pause here? Yeah. Having their sand filled with vaginas, Dan? Really? Really, Dan? Having their sand filled with vaginas?
Dan's Dan. Okay.
Really?
We
Really?
he
Misspoke,
fails
huh?
a couple
He
times with his
misspoke.
analogies.
He misspoke. He misspoke. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
It's fine. And we have already demonstrated one double standard that Chudlogic holds when it comes to doxing. He says doxing is red line, but we've again shown how doxing in certain circumstances might be a red line, but in
I'll
others
say,
he's entirely okay with it.
vaginas are very tough. They're very strong things. So I don't appreciate vaginas being used as a pejorative here, Dan. Okay.
Okay.
But
Is there an example of these guys going on someone's stream and openly saying someone's name, like you did?
Oh, I have no idea.
So that's the thing, isn't it? I've got a
No,
problem
if
with
that's
you going
your
on someone's
standard.
stream. Yes, of course it is, because that's the thing that is the potential negative. Yes.
Oh, so if it's that one thing from 3 years ago where Hassan Piker mod.
Oh, dude, I don't give a fuck about your gay fucking thing.
Oh,
with
see,
Hassan
there you go.
Piker.
Yeah, no, that was like
The point I'm
yeah,
making
well,
is my
see, I don't
standard
care,
is
yeah.
that's the standard that I would generally have a red line on is
Oh,
the
that's fine.
publication of PII. That is my red line. Yes.
only a
And it's
publication.
why in the past, for example, we banned someone from the Discord because they posted a fucking docs that was posted on Twitter. We got rid of them from the Discord because that was a fucking red line.
What about? Would you allow this conversation to happen in your Discord?
No, I don't think so.
What would happen to these people in your Discord if they did this?
They get told to stop, possibly banned.
Okay. They get told to stop and ban. I mean, it seems like they feel comfortable doing this here. This wasn't in like a DM.
But the thing
this
is,
was to them.
again, I think that you're looking at this as if these are just like random fucktards. Like if these were random fucktards that I didn't know, I wouldn't take the risk and I'd ban them, right? One thing I am doing is I'm giving some charitability because I know Shamu and Kandros, right? I don't think that I'm sweeping. And if people
This comes back to bite him later, not on this stream, but remember, later Chudlogic breaks off ties with Shamu. Did he do it with Nicandros as well? I know he said that Nicandros basically was changing his story and that he called him the raped or some shit. But I'm not sure if he banned Nicandros, but he absolutely banned Shamu. So way to have some great judgment there, Chud. Good on you, buddy.
think that there's something they can point to where I've got a inconsistency on this and I'm treating them differently, fair enough. But I am relying on a level of knowledge I have of their credibility to come to this conclusion. So,
Sure.
you know,
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
not open to,
I'm sure this is. Don't worry. I'm sure this is the only example of like crazy shit from these people, so it'll be fine. But like, you know, I don't think this one looks good. But I mean, I guess if the line is publicly, sorry, not publicly, I misspoke there. Publicly publishing it, then yeah, that makes sense. I like that definition.
Okay. I mean, can you point to examples of me holding a different standard that you're aware of?
Well, I feel like you're about to give a very. What do you want me to say?
Sir.
I can't think of a single instance.
Sir.
Say it's bad and then move on from this, where you have two major creators going after a fucking random on Twitter in a public Discord, and then it's obvious what's happening, especially as you go in the first and the second one. And I think you'll give a very lukewarm, let's move on from this. Okay, sure. This is like a lot of shit you guys, I feel like, lost your fucking marbles about over like, oh my god, there's this secret DGG doxing Discord where they're going after. Doesn't exist, by the way.
Did I say?
Like,
wait, hold on. Did I say that? Did I talk about that?
I'm talking about the server in general, and kind of the commentary people in general.
No.
Would do that
I
type of
don't give a
thing.
fuck about that. Did I say that?
I don't know all of your. I'd have to go through your shit and see if you did.
Well,
or
I just
not.
don't recall saying anything about that, and then you're trying to
I
attribute
can't get
other
to that. I
people's
don't have
perspectives to me.
encyclopedic,
Like there's some inconsistency,
knowledge.
but
I can't speak to this. I haven't. I don't know what Chud has said about the secret DGG Discord or not. So I can't speak to this.
you're holding me to the standard of other people's opinions. Like
I think I said the commentary people. I don't
Destiny
think
has
I
said he's happy to dox people. He's posted people's docs in fucking DGG.
Yeah, he has.
Right. Okay. So
Yeah.
you have yourself doxed people on stream. I don't give a fuck for your justification, right? And it just feels
Sure.
very gotcha that you then come to me going, "Well, have you got a problem with this?" But it's not the same thing.
Yeah, you know why? It is the same thing because it's like these people claim some moral high ground, and they're like, "I would never do this. I'm so against this type of shit." Like they're moral in the streets, and then they're doxing in the streets or in the sheets, I should say.
Okay, but we've already said. Hang on a sec. This
He
is doxing.
misspoke again. He
It's
misspoke
it's
again.
a pattern. It's a pattern. Look, he's nervous, right? It's he's coming
Joking, I'm
on
just
to get
joking.
his take. I get it, but bro, you gotta clean this up a little bit, man. We love you, buddy, but You gotta clean it up.
Okay. So to be clear, it's all right that you don't have a problem with people doing gay ops against people that they think this could maybe be an ult of someone else to get their info and shit.
I would want to see Nikan respond to this and understand what he meant by gay op and what
I would like to see it
to
also.
reveal.
And as far as context, there's no messages before this or after this from either Shamu or from Nicandros. Starts there, ends there. So I'd like to see what's in the private DMs. I wonder if there's any like links going on, any conversation right there with people. That'd be great to see.
So now you want to see people's private DMs?
No, I don't give a shit. You're the one who says that you want to give maximum charity. Then fuck it. Then you absolutely should post
it. Dude, you are totally twisting my fucking words. I'm not saying I'm giving maximum charity. Shamu and Nicandros are well-regarded creators that have made videos, and I've had criticisms of both of them. I'm not shy of criticizing them, okay? But I'm being presented with something with redacted information that I can't see. I don't know how this got fucking populated.
The redacted information is names of unrelated people.
Okay. So unrelated redacted.
So yeah, just a random. I don't know who.
But no, but who is this?
That could be like
where did that? Okay, I don't know who, but unredacted related. Who is that person, and how did that information get in there?
Unrelated redacted. So like I don't.
But is that name underneath there populated by using one of these tools, or is it something else?
No, that was manually removed so that a normal person would not get exposed here.
No, but okay, no, I'm asking you a question. This it says redacted state. Okay, this information of this state, was this populated by one of these tools? Yes or no?
No, they had the actual state there.
No, okay, but how did they get the state? Where did the state come from?
From the tools. Read the second line at the top. Docs tool 1 and Docs tool 2.
Okay, and this state information, how does
so
this tool find
read that thing. Read it.
Okay.
The second thing. It'll help you.
A website to find personal identifiable information on any username. You can receive things such as past usernames, real name, address, email, breach passwords, photos, and other information. Okay. So this unrelated redacted, what is this? Is this someone's real name? Is it a Twitter @ What is it?
Can I just say, this is a common... Sorry. Yep. This is a common tactic of Chudlogic's where he gets caught up on something kind of minute and keeps harping on it and then starts crashing out over it. It's something that he really needs to improve on because it becomes very transparent once you've learned to spot it.
Here's the... Oh, go ahead.
I want to say somebody who called into my stream the other Friday or Sunday, I don't know. Friday, yeah. But they showed me the unredacted versions of this. I didn't show it on stream. And everything that Chud says about the unredacted parts is correct. I had a similar question, but I think that redacting it is the correct thing to do if you're going to show it. So I think that Dan did the right thing. But there's some contention about the stuff that is redacted, and Chud is like objectively correct, because I know we're not going to show the unredacted parts, but like the things that he says about it is correct.
Well, one of the things that I would disagree with you on here is I think that Chud focusing so much, and I think later he claims
he's a paranoid nut.
Huh?
He's a paranoid nut in this conversation, in this part of the conversation here, for sure.
Oh, sure, but I think later on, and I wanted to wait to make this point until we got to it, but we're on it now. Is he says that the reason that he has these redacts in there is because Dan was trying to paint it out to be worse than it is, right? That's the reasoning he states. Like, this is, again, a way to sweep, right? I talked about the first way that people sweep earlier, right? This is a second way you do the big sweep, is that you try to make something that is normal, healthy, etc., into something malicious, which Chud does throughout this conversation. He brings this up several times. He, again, and we're going to get to it, we're going to see it, and you'll hear it when you hear it, right? He implies, I think he actually even directly says that Dan over-redacted this in order to paint it out worse than it is. But that's not true. Dan, obviously, as anyone would, doesn't want unrelated people to be dragged into this, so he redacted their names.
It can be both. I think that he could have done it to do the responsible thing and know that it was also going to trigger the fuck out of Chud for this reason. I think Dan is shitty, and I think it's funny. Yeah. Dan is always like the funniest guy who's shitty, like in like this space to me always, and it would very much strike me as something that Dan would do to do the right thing here, but also know that this is going to be the effect that it's going to have. And that's funny to me still, too. So it could be both.
I think that if I were Dan, I would have just put... I understand what he's doing. I would have just done unrelated. I wouldn't have put the redacted part. Like, you can just put unrelated over it, and black it out. But at the, again,
well, that's still redacting it, right? Yeah. Like,
it's still redacted, but putting the word redacted, I think, is what...
I don't give a shit about that. Honestly.
Yeah, but maybe triggered Chud. I don't know, but Chud, this is a common tactic for Chud.
This is, again, you guys are assuming you're assuming good faith when you should not assume good faith.
I'm not assuming good faith. I
Well,
agree
I'm
with you,
talking-
Wick. That.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, no. And again, this is called sweeping, and this is how you sweep: is you take things that would in other contexts be a reasonable concern, be a reasonable complaint, be a reasonable thing to bring up, but the reason you are doing it is to sweep. Like, these are in other contexts might be reasonable, but in this context doesn't seem to be so. Because remember, the whole point of this discussion that they're having is to talk about whether or not what Shamu and Nicandros did was okay, whether it was a moral thing to do, and whether or not unrelated redacted should be in there or not. It's unrelated, and he's focusing on it to keep from being able to go through these logs, which I don't think they ever go through the majority of the logs. And this is in part because Chudlogic keeps them from doing that. He keeps harping on these things, these minutiae that does not relate, in order to try to avoid talking about the larger context of the discussion. It's a very common thing that you will see done in these spaces. It's a debate tactic, basically, a video essayist debate tactic, or React streamer debate tactic, right? It's just how they do it. Any other comments?
Like I said, I do think it can be both, but also, even if Chud thinks that, he's still acting totally psycho about it. Like, you don't, like, that's just not the, he shows his hand so much throughout this whole thing, and this is just another example of him showing that, like, he's super insecure about the conversation, and it's really funny to me. I just don't understand why you make yourself look so weak over and over and over again in it, despite the fact that I think that he's ultimately correct in his assessment. The way that he does everything is just super embarrassing.
Crazy. Let's keep watching.
See if I can find this in the thing. It's no one to do with this. That's why it's unrelated. It says unrelated redacted.
No, sure, but it's important to understand what it is. Is it a name? Is it a Twitter account? Is it an @ Because a Twitter @ is not PII, but someone's name is.
Hold on.
Okay. So I've got Shamu in chat here, and they're saying their defense is they redacted it because it's a public person, OnlyFans creator, and their location is public on Twitter. They're a big OnlyFans creator. There is no doxing happening here, and they're redacted to manipulate people reading it. Response to that?
Okay, so I'm looking at it right now. I don't know who, but that it's a name of a creator person. Is in state.
Okay, but name of a creator person, is it their public profile name?
Yes, it is.
You fucking disgusting. You're a fucking disgusting, evil person. Do you know how fucking evil you are? You put unrelated redacted to give the perception that there's something bad happening here, and it's...
Again, I told you. I called it. Well, I pre-watched it, right? I knew it was happening, right? I saw it live, right? This idea that he did this because of this, and the confidence with which Chud is claiming this, when there's a very perfectly reasonable explanation why you would do this that wouldn't involve manipulation. It's sweeping. It's obviously sweeping. This is a dishonest tactic that Chud is doing. He's being very flamboyant about it, even, right? Like, he's getting all this faux outrage. Like, how dare you redact something that's unrelated? You must be trying to manipulate me. It's bullshit. The whole thing is bullshit. It's very clear. It's very obvious, right? I don't know. Let's keep going.
Read the third line on the fucking page.
You,
what does it say?
Dude, you are fucking disgusting.
You're
I'm not fucking coping.
You're
It's exactly as I suspected. It's exactly as... No, I'm not clinging for anything. It's exactly like I suspected. You have done this in a way to make it look more egregious. But this is a creator's username. You fucking disgusting wretch. Fuck you. You go on a fucking stream and say someone's fucking real name, and you're trying to act like there's something bad happening here, where this is a fucking username.
There is. You said you'd ban him yourself. There is something bad going on here.
No, I didn't say that.
It's someone unrelated.
But now I've got more information. Okay, it's unrelated, but it's a public available username. It's not their personal name, is it?
Included in some random shit.
Why not?
You're spurging out because
I'm not spurging out. You're spurging out because you want this to look bad. What does it matter not to do it? Is it wrong to discuss, oh, this person...
I'm not spurging out. You're spurging out. Anyway.
This public creator that lives in this state, which is apparently publicly available, that's wrong to say in a fucking Discord server? What?
You're not related to them. Why the fuck would you get other people involved when Nicandros...
How are they getting other people involved? They're video creators looking at a person that might be relevant to a story. How are they bringing...
Is he dumb, or does he just not, like, is he doing this on purpose? Like...
He's not...
Why would
he's not in the right state of mind to have this conversation.
I don't understand. Like, and I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know if this specific part here is him being dishonest or if he's just dumb. I don't know, right? Like, does he think that Nicandros and Shamu were the one that redacted these things? Obviously not, right? Dan did, because these people aren't related to what he's trying to say, right? It's not related to the accusation he's making. It has nothing to do who these people are or where they live has nothing to do with what he's trying to put forward here. So the idea that he's redacting it in order to like manipulate, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Into it, they're discussing them as to whether they're involved.
Okay, well, I mean, I guess we just have different standards. Like, you can just bring in whoever you want when you do it. That's fine.
If you're looking at something and talking about something and there's a public
You know what would be
profile...
disgusting if I said, like, redacted and did anything else? I put unrelated. And the third line on this is other unrelated names
No, so
are
you
redacted
did this.
as well.
So you've manipulated this to make it look worse
manipulated.
than it is. It is
Yes,
manipulated, yes. Because if this is a fucking username, you've made it seem like it's personal identifiable information when it's not. And the
Are
state,
you retarded?
is it true?
How does that sentence go?
Is
I
it
don't
true?
know who, but
is it
that
true? Is
unrelated
it true that the
redacted
state?
person-
Is it true the redacted state was something that was on their public profile? Yes or no?
I have no fucking idea. Let me see. Hold on. I assume people know where this person lives. I don't see it on their Twitter, but I know where this person lives. But I didn't want anyone knowing who this was. Is that not fair?
So
Do
you know where
not
the
want
person. So are you saying that the redacted state here is public information?
Is the redacted state public information? I don't think that people should know who an unrelated person, with these two people going and doxing something. Like, if they started talking midstream about how, like, Chudlogic does
Doesn't
X, Y,
fucking
and
matter,
Z,
bro.
I
Stop
would
trying to
redact
pivot.
that
What you
also.
are fucking disgusting, Rich.
No,
It's
you just are
you're
trying to...
falling so
you're trying to
fucking hard.
pivot on the
I'm not
smallest
trying to
point you
pivot
can
because
to get
the
a
way
W.
it's worded.
Okay, react to them doing fucking gay ops, react to them going and using fucking tools to get breached passwords, breach names. Let's go to page 2 on this. Oh, we don't want to do that, right? You just want to fucking feign, like,
No,
outrage
no,
and everything
I've
here.
caught- I've caught onto what's happening here.
You
You have-
disgusting wretch, mate.
This is him sweeping again. He doesn't want to go to the second page, which Dan says will explain further. He wants to focus specifically on this. Now, whether the second page actually explains further or not, I actually forget. I haven't read it, but like, well, I have read it, but I haven't, like, I don't know. It's not important to what we're doing here today. But again, this unrelated redacted thing that Chud is hyper focused on. This isn't a form of manipulation. It's not a manipulation tactic. It's what people do. If I had an issue where I had to release logs of a group chat that I was in because Eldrazi did something I didn't like, right? And I thought was threatening me, and I wanted to post that, I would redact the names that weren't Eldrazi in there. I would redact that. I would even probably redact the messages unless they were related. That's not me trying to manipulate. That's just me saying these people aren't part of what I'm trying to say. They don't need to be dragged into this. I'm going to redact them. That would be a standard tactic that I would do. I don't understand why people think this is weird.
It's all the same. Like, all of Chud's behavior is the same. He is used to talking about other people's personal shit on his stream. Like, that's like the rape reviews and all that. He's not used to people challenging him. He stopped doing debates a long, long time ago. Last time that he did, as far as I know, he debated Stardust, and he got fucked. I just think that he's super freaked out and nervous that something's going to happen where he's going to look bad. And he's just expressing it in, like, the most obvious way, which is he shouldn't have done this. It is embarrassing as somebody who, like, at least feigns the idea that they would debate people. It's crazy.
That's what it is. Let's keep going.
You disgusting wretch, you said unrelated redacted. You know what you... Yeah, fuck these people. Yes, I want them to understand that they've claimed moral superiority this entire time, and they are the same or worse, because they claim to be better, and they're fucking cunts. They do the same shit. They're not doxing some big fucking creator so they can make a piece. It's not Taylor Lorenz going after libs of TikTok. They're doxing a fucking rando on fucking Twitter.
Well,
Because
they're not
maybe
doxing.
it's related to
They're not
someone
doxing
else.
because they're not
And you're
publicizing the
sucking the
information.
fucking dick. Oh, really? Giving one information from one person to the other. That's not doxing? Because you might want to watch yourself on this one.
Well, if this is a publicly
public
available
channel,
Twitter profile,
I don't know.
if this is a
I don't
publicly
know.
available Twitter profile and this
Okay,
state
sure.
is public information, there's nothing wrong with putting this in a Discord conversation. No. If it is personal identifiable information, if this state is not publicly known and it gets revealed publicly, then it's doxing. But I don't think this is doxing because, as far as I understand,
Listen,
this is publicly
I love the
available
idea,
information.
and we
On
can
the
come to
Twitter.
common ground. I 100% would absolutely be 100% on board with you that this is not doxing. If we want to keep that standard, that as long as you don't publish it publicly, it's not doxing. I love that.
Well, hang on a second.
And
Okay.
No.
Public information could be like.
And, I just want to
what I
clarify.
mean is
it says Texas on this person's thing. So yeah, so fine. If you want this whole thing, if that's a big thing, it said Novaru in Texas. If you think that blows your
Novaru,
point.
bro, you are a fucking. This is Novaru.
you're a fucking
This is
wretch, Mike. You
Novaru.
included- you didn't
You've
do
been
this,
exposed,
Mike.
dude. This is
You
Novaru in
exposed
Texas,
me.
and you put it as unrelated redacted state.
Yeah,
This
they
is
are
PII.
unrelated to this. They weren't doxing.
Did you say something?
No, sorry.
Sorry, I was just imitating them.
Oh no. Okay. But yes, Novaru in Texas is unrelated to the claim being made here. Okay, Let's keep going.
Novaru is a
Fucking
public
Novaru.
figure, and it's known that she lives in fucking
So?
Texas. Dude,
Yes.
your manipulation of information, your fucking Hasbara here is fucking disgraceful, bro. That you've desperately.
There has Bara. What is this? Is Chud on the Israel train too? Like,
Yeah,
does
he is, yeah.
subscribe to
No
this
way.
bullshit?
Well, I mean,
I
look,
don't. I haven't seen
like
Chud
his
in
audience.
years. I have no idea.
I think his audience got really, really edgy, and he got really edgy along with his audience. So
Okay. It's just the standard like ha ha ha. I hate the Jews type deal. Okay. fair enough.
yeah, basically, yeah.
He tried to create a piece of propaganda,
I'm gonna
okay,
have to agree to disagree on that one.
to smear Shamu and Nicandros when it's fucking a public OnlyFans person, and everyone knows that she lives in fucking Texas, man. Wretched,
says
wretched fucking
unrelated.
trickery, bro.
Is this the best that you can do? Is hinge on this one point? I know.
No, dude,
this is
it's not
something-
hinging on this one point. Your
not
entire
wanna go through
fucking
the rest
piece,
of it?
your
Do you
entire
not wanna go
piece
through
is
the rest of it?
undermined
I
because
understand if
you
you
have
wanna
tried to
sweep it
create
under
the
the rug
perception
and-
of
No,
impropriety.
listen,
Dude, you are
if this is
fucking
your
flailing.
excuse-
You were
if this
trying
is
to
your
create.
excuse-
Again, this is instead of addressing the claims, instead of addressing the point, the big sweep. Chud here is trying to claim that because he redacted some of the names that were unrelated, that created a sense of impropriety that was used to smear Shamu and Nicandros. When it's obvious to anyone with a fucking brain that isn't like mind raped over Destiny and DGG stuff, that obviously if they're not related and you don't want people to go bother them, or if it would distract from the point, you just redact these names. They're not important to the discussion. They're not important to what you're going for. I don't know. Seems obvious to me. Whatever. Let's keep going.
Perception of impropriety, and there's not in this part. I'm happy to look
You know
at all
what?
of
You know
this,
what? Maybe
but
just
you've
talk to-
manipulated the information.
Hold on. I have an idea of what we can do. I mean, if you want, I have someone else who wants to kind of discuss this.
Who?
What do you think?
Who?
How about your best boy, Destiny? What do you think?
I don't want to speak to Destiny. I'm not talking to fucking
You
Destiny.
sure you're running?
No, well, sure. If you want to say I'm running, fine. I'm not talking to Destiny about this. No.
He should have kept this energy, honestly, right? Like, if look, in hindsight,
scared.
I wonder if he's kicking himself, right? Like shit, I should have just said I'm not talking to Destiny. But he's getting gassed up. Like, call his chat Auschwitz, the amount of gassing up that they're doing to Chud right now in his DMs and probably in his chat, saying, yeah, bring on Destiny, you're gonna rape him, you're gonna destroy him, you're gonna crush him. You're like, this is a problem of being in a fucking echo chamber, right? You get weak. People, you're if all you have is posturing to your audience all day, you forget how to actually have an argument, how to actually have a discussion, how to actually address points. And so he's going to change his mind here shortly, and he's going to bring Destiny on. He should not have, just from a strategic perspective, he should not have. It does not go well for him.
Okay.
I'm not getting roped into your fucking DGG gay optrix. No, not happening.
Okay.
Not
Then
fucking
just
happening,
don't
dude.
fucking read it. Then just fucking close it, move out, say it's not a big deal, and move the fuck on.
Why do you need Destiny
Indeed.
to come in? Can't you defend yourself here?
Hey, listen, I'm just saying. He messaged me, said he wanted to come in.
No,
Maybe
I'm
he
not
had some
fucking talking
information
straight.
I don't
Destiny
have.
can get fucked, bro. It's so obvious
Okay.
he's trying to rope me
I'm
into
fine
these
if you want to
fucking
bring in
gay
Shamu and
DGG games.
Nicandros. Absolutely, I'm 100% cool with that if you want to bring them in. I'm fine with that.
Well, I mean, if you want to speak to them in order to, allow them to defend themselves, that's fine. I can do
Okay.
that.
Good, okay. Sure, bring them. Come on in, Shamu and Nicandros. Let's go. Let's have a conversation.
Dude, it's literally in a profile. It's literally in a fucking profile, dude. Look.
You don't understand? Okay. Oh, wait, I think I can clear this up for you. This is not about them doxing Novaru. You understand that, right? This is a random Twitter user they're trying to go after. Do you think?
Yeah, Novaru has nothing to do with what's being discussed, or what Shamu and fucking Nicholas Nicandros. I don't know how to say their fucking gay ass names.
I think it's Nicandros.
Nicandros.
It's
Okay.
Nicandros, yeah.
Nothing to do with who they're targeting here. Novaru wasn't the person they're targeting, right? They're literally unrelated. That's why they're redacted. Do you not understand this, Chudlogic? Are you so fucking mind raped that you think DGG, Dan, Hasbara, Israel is going around redacting these names to create this illusion of impropriety? This conspiratorial thinking, right? Alex fucking Jones here, right, is trying to paint this like narrative.
Alex Jones.
That's what he's like fucking, that's the level of mind rot that we're dealing with here, right? This manipulative gay ops type of tactic to try to paint this as some sort of like redaction, as some sort of illusion of impropriety, just doesn't pass the smell test. It's obviously not
saying
that.
Yeah, and people are saying he's purposely being obtuse, and I think that's true. He's purposely being obtuse, and he also, somebody pointed out, this is very interesting, that he just said gay ops right there. Like, he just said gay ops. So, wait till he claims that he doesn't know what it means. So
I will
He's
give
been
him
consistently
grace on
paranoid.
that, though. I think he was specifically asking what Nicandros meant by gay ops, but we'll get there.
Okay.
When he
That could be
does
wrong.
act like he doesn't know what gay ops is, I gotta say, of all the people in this space, Chud puts the fag in gay ops. He is the king.
Jesus Christ. Okay, well, good thing we're not on
Oh.
Twitch.
I
I
disavow
took
but-
that.
I took that into account that we weren't on Twitch.
Okay, just okay. Well, I will allow it.
Okay,
because it's-
I disavow. Okay, because I
okay,
I am trying
I
to
don't.
maintain a
He's
somewhat.
correct. He's just right.
Okay.
Why would I censor the truth? That's not gonna.
Look. Listen, I'm trying to maintain a somewhat more professional appearance
enough,
recently,
fair enough,
but
fair enough.
yeah,
We'll
I
slow
have
it
to
down.
disavow. Okay, so
Fair
I've
fair
been
enough.
gone for a long time. This is a new Elder Drazi. All right, I don't know
You
what
love
to tell
it.
you.
Okay, let's keep
It is
going.
a new Elder Drazi. I was not expecting that.
Bro,
that's for
like,
sure.
look, I love you, Elder Drazi, but imagine being called the F slur by Elder Drazi, okay? You might as well just delete your channel right now, Chud. I mean, like, it's over for you, bro. You're cut. But let's keep going.
This is the person they were going after?
Yeah.
No, but the point is, in your document, you have created something to create the
Uh-huh.
perception of impropriety.
No.
Yes, you have.
You could remove this line and it would be just as bad. You're just
No.
hoping that this makes you fucking better. Remove it. Go ahead, remove it altogether.
You
Black
know
it
what?
the
Fine,
fuck
I'm
out.
being a pussy. Bring Destiny on. Bring that fucking pussy on. Let's fucking go. Come
Okay.
on.
All right, we'll do. Hold on.
Somebody forgot to take their bipolar
like old
meds
times.
today.
Yes, like old times.
Jesus.
No, he just crashes. I've never seen a man crash out so much, over such minor things. Like,
Do you
and they
think he
say women
cried
are
after all this was
emotional.
done? Do you think he cried? Like, you could tell he's
I
shaking,
mean, we'd have to see.
right?
Yeah,
can
we
tell
need
he's
to see
fucking
the end of the
shaking.
stream.
So,
They say women are emotional, and we've got Chudlogic as an example. I'm
well,
sorry.
I mean, like, look, Elder Drazi said it earlier, not me. So, it just is.
Wow. It's been a while, Destiny.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Okay, so I know the meme is that me and Dan are always scheming together, but I haven't seen this before. I just see you guys arguing over it.
Right. That's bullshit. You tweeted this straight away.
Yeah, why retweet it?
Like, how is he so fucking confident on this? Right? How is he so fucking confident? Like, remember how much he was saying, well, I can't make a take one way or another. I don't really know. I'd have to see more information. But on this, he's like, no, that's bullshit. Of course you did this, right? It's when we talk about sweeping, right? The big sweep, right? We talk about isolated demands of rigor. This is that, right? Infinite charity for one side, demanding like, well, we have to have a certain standard of evidence in order to make a take on these people. But with this, no, we know what you're doing. We don't need any evidence. I just know it. It's just true. It's bullshit. It's manipulative. And, he's it's just a dishonest tactic. That's all. But let's keep going.
Because we're shitting on you, so of course it is. Doesn't mean I read it though. Hold on, let me catch up.
So my point here is the perception of impropriety has been created by listing this as unrelated redacted and redacted state, when it's Novaru, who lives in Texas.
Is that true?
Yes.
Did Shamu confirm this?
Yes. Dan confirmed it, and I've just checked. Novaru's profile. She lives in Texas.
Yeah, they're not involved with who they're doxing. That's why it says unrelated.
Destiny, you're a reasonable
What's up?
guy. Surely you would agree that putting it this way makes it seem like this is personal identifiable information.
Unrelated redacted person well, I don't even know what you guys mean by personally identifiable information anymore. What is your definition of that?
So someone's full name if it's not public on the internet, address, phone number, etc.
And then how are you counting? I swear I'm not being pedantic, and I can explain why I'm asking. When you say public on the internet, like some people consider LinkedIn or like a school website
Okay.
their stuff to be public. Some people don't like.
So there could be
Like,
stuff that's
I'm gonna
public.
be
So
incredible. You mean like if it's like a public account where they have like from and they're saying like my Twitter and all that wouldn't be public, right?
there could be stuff that's
Or
public on like a phone book.
would consider that public, right?
Yeah,
okay.
sure. But if you go to a phone book and publicize the information, I would consider that doxing. What I'm talking about is if someone has put on their own profile their state, if you say they live in that state when they put it on their own Twitter profile, that can't possibly be doxing.
What is the for the context of these messages? Why is Shamu pointing this out?
I don't know. We can bring Shamu in and he can explain. 'Cause I obviously don't know, and he can give the context.
Okay, well, I guess
But-
sure. So we can ask it if we want, but then.
But can you just answer the question that I asked?
What?
Well, if someone puts that they live in Texas on their Twitter profile, is it doxing to say they live in Texas? Yes or no?
I mean, it depends on
No.
the context.
No.
Okay.
Dude, get me the.
So, I'm not sure. I think what Destiny's trying to say here, and I could be wrong, is that you can use publicly available information in order to go digging for non-publicly available information. So, if I were to know that Stardust lived in California or Texas or whatever, I could use that to go digging for further information. Like, it's a good touchstone, it's a good starting point. Now, is that what this was redacted for? No, obviously not. But this is what Destiny means by that. So,
Chud
What are the
agreed.
context? It's yes
so,
or no.
Okay, so then I have to play. Well, so it's not right. So what we
Right,
all
thank you.
understand doxing to mean. I know you guys like to play games with this, but what we all understand doxing to mean is doxing is when you try to make personally identifiable information available in a form where people can use it to attack you. That's generally what we mean when we say doxing. So like
Sure.
generally speaking, you say, oh, here's this person's Twitter account, they live in this state or whatever. I mean, like maybe not. But if you're like trying to hunt down people that are like geographically near somebody for the purposes of some other thing, then I mean, even if it is publicly available, personally, I think that would be considered doxing. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, but you've given a
But
very long
what if
answer there.
the-
But at the start you said, very simply, if someone has got Texas on their Twitter account, it's not doxing to say they live in Texas.
Well, I mean, if you're trying to find people that like live near a guy to like swat him or something, then you're
Well,
making
dude,
that...
okay, bro, dude, I've listened to so many of your fucking debates, okay, over the years.
Yeah.
You
And
think
this
you're going to
is
get
the-
away with this? Oh, if you find someone to swat them, it's a very simple
This
question, and you're
is-
trying to overcomplicate it to give the
I'm not
perception
over-
that I'm wrong
Mhm.
somehow, and it's not true. I'm correct.
I'm not even saying you're wrong. This is the definition for doxing that I've literally always given, is when you're trying to make personally identifiable information available just for the purposes of harassing somebody. I would
Right.
consider that doxing.
Okay.
I think most people agree, even if you wanted to say it in other words, generally speaking, that's how we view it.
I do think you can accidentally dox someone.
Yes.
Right? And I don't think you need that to be malicious, right? So like for example, if I'm going through someone's stream and or someone's Twitter account or someone's Instagram or someone's Facebook, and I accidentally see that they have posted something that they shouldn't have, right? A name or an address or whatever, and it's pretty obvious they don't want this shown, and that comes up on my stream, I have technically published that information because I've shared it with my stream. I did not do that on purpose. It wasn't malicious. I don't intend to, but that is doxing. It's accidental doxing, and if someone accidentally doxes someone in normal circumstances, like as long as they fix the mistakes, no big deal, right? But I don't know.
This is why the term doxing isn't the thing that we should care about.
I understand. I just maybe I'm being a little pedantic on it, but
I mean, we can just call it the coordination and sharing of personal information, right?
Fair enough.
So
fair enough.
So,
But what is the I'm curious, what is this next line from Nicandros or whatever, where he's saying like anyone know how to gay ops them into revealing more info? What does that mean?
So sure, I agree with you. That's potentially troubling. I don't know what he means by that. I don't know what he means by gay op or more information. So yes, I agree. That looks bad.
You
And-
wretch, you
Wait,
fucking
wait,
wretch,
wait,
mate.
wait,
You
wait,
know
wait,
exactly
Dan,
what gay
fuck
ops
you,
means,
bro.
mate.
Dan.
I'm just curious. Wait, well, when you read it, like, how does that read to you? Like, what is like the plain reading of that? What do you assume that to mean?
They're looking to play some trick on someone to get them to reveal more information they don't want to reveal.
Okay. And then, so in the context of talking about like a person and where they live, and then they're talking about gay opsing them to see if they can reveal more info, doesn't that sound a little...
I mean, it sounds bad, but I need more context to understand what Nicandros was getting at. Yes, I'd like to hear a response as to, you know, what is he looking to get out of it, and what is the gay op exactly?
Can you spin an example where this would be acceptable behavior to you?
Not necessarily. No, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't engage in this behavior. I don't.
Could you review? I'm curious.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat the question?
Sure. Can you spin an example where asking to gay op someone to get them to reveal additional information would be okay?
No, I could not. Gay ops is almost always like that term is almost always intended like in a bad way, right?
I leave the door open that there's a possible scenario that I have just not come up with, but I can't come up with one off the top of my head at least. What about you, Eldrazi?
Somebody actually gave me a scenario that is at least plausible, but I give like no real credence to because I have no way of proving it. So the explanation that was given to me was that the reason that these guys are doing the stuff that they're doing is that they're trying to collect information on a specific person who has been harassing another person, and their attempt is to give this information over to this person's lawyer. The only evidence that I've been given that this is happening at all is a screenshot of a locked channel on a Discord that like basically expresses like this is for the lawyer. I can't remember what they showed me. Actually, I can say exactly what it is.
That would be justified doxing, like vigilante doxing, potentially justified. I don't believe for a second these people are actually doing this, right? And remember Shamu screenshots about when they called the cops or
this came out after
call the cops.
This
right?
came out after.
Yeah, this came out after.
The information that I had, it was it's plausible.
Yeah, it has context.
Yeah,
I mean, it might be plausible. That's why I'm ceding that point to you. That
I was shocked. Yeah, there is potentially a good reason for that. But they purchased so much suspicion in this that it's very hard for me to give credibility without seeing any hard evidence for it.
I just don't believe them when they're doing that because of the way they've behaved before.
I'm not willing to give my belief to anybody in this situation at all because I just want somebody to show me some fucking evidence. That's all I need.
Let's keep going. Yeah.
Say this sort of thing. So I'd like to understand more so what, you know, Nicandros is saying before I could really say.
Are there any other things, or are we just looking at this page of stuff?
We
I
can
think there's another page. Yeah. Well, let's read through this one and we'll go to the next one.
Okay, so
did we finish that other one? The other one, the first page here? We finished that? On your stream, so I might be a little delayed.
It could be a first friend to Tectone. Definitely not something going on. Definitely something going on there. I'm not sure his viewers even know who's friends with Redacted. So this is Nova again, is it? Is that right?
Let me just see.
Okay.
Hold on, sorry.
So listen, I'm happy to continue to talk about this, but Shamu's here, and Nicandros maybe can come on.
Yeah, we can bring up both of them after, but I just want your impression of this before we bring them on.
Yeah, sure. I mean, there's some things here that are troubling, yes, and I'd like to understand more of what they were going for.
Sure. That's not quite the answer, but we'll get there.
Well, okay. Well, the thing is, it feels like
I just
looking for a specific answer.
my brain. I'm not looking for.
You're asking me to answer things that I don't know because I'm not Nicandros. I'm not Shamu. There's stuff here that's troubling, and I'd like to understand more of what they're saying and where they're coming from with this. Yes.
Okay. Can we read this page and the next page?
Why does he have such different energy than he did for Dan? Like with Dan, he's like, "You absolute wretch! I know exactly why you've done this. This is a manipulation tactic. You're trying to destroy, trying to do all this X, Y, and Z, blah blah blah." He was very confident, very sure, but now he's very docile.
He's scared.
He gets this way. Well, he gets this way with people who have more viewers than him, and depending on how many more viewers they have than him, then he acts differently.
That's
There are
why
levels
he's
to it, I've
scared.
noticed.
Chud cares about clout because he cares about money. He really just cares about making money. And if somebody bigger than him makes him look bad, that hurts the bottom line.
Imagine being such a spineless little bitch that you're gonna behave differently just because of how big someone is, right? Like, and we're not talking like government officials, or we're not talking about like anything like that. We're talking about fucking streamers, bros. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. Like, if Destiny, I've had screaming matches with Destiny. I have had screaming matches with Chudlogic too in the past, right? Like, I don't give a shit if they're bigger than me. Like, if you come at me, whether you're big or small, and if you come at me hard, I'm gonna come at you hard. If you're kind to me, I will be kind to you.
It's
right?
his former master, after all, Wick.
Yeah, the true former master.
The fact that he views him as a master is already in its own
that's
it tells
weird.
you a lot.
That's
Right?
weird as shit.
That is so weird. That the psychology
that man
behind that.
He couldn't have beaten that out of me. Okay, that man couldn't have beaten that information out of me. That's
I cannot
crazy.
believe. Look, I used to be an Orbiter of Destiny. Would I ever call him my master? What kind of brain warp shit do you what is going on? You know, he's having nightmares about the plantation. What's going on here?
Okay.
As hard as I've stand, Mr. Girl, nothing remotely close has ever left my lips. You would never see me online again. Period.
That's pretty good.
So then once we have an opinion or an understanding of what we think it is, then we can bring both of them in, and then they can explain.
Well, it feels like you're trying to box me into a certain perspective or a certain answer. That's what it feels like.
I'm not sure. I can't force you to do anything. Okay, you don't have to. If you don't want to give an answer to whatever, that's fine. You're okay. I don't have.
No, but the reality is, if I don't have an answer for something, it's going to look bad, and it's going to make it look like I'm wrong somehow. It's quite clear what you're trying to do. You're trying to box me in to make it look like I don't have an answer for this. I don't have an answer for that. These aren't my messages. It's the first time that I've seen this, and I don't know what to do.
Wait. Why do you think it would look bad?
Well, I mean, that's the point of putting it out in the way it's been put out. You've got the redacted thing. So clearly this is presented and put out in a way in order to make these people look bad.
He focuses on this point so often during these conversations, but it's just not true. He's building off a foundation of sand that just does not work. It does not follow. But anyway.
At the very
so
least,
clearly
the
you're trying
optics
to
are
come
getting
up with
worse and
some
worse.
means with which for me to not have an answer to something, and then it looks like something bad has happened. But I don't necessarily know because I don't know what the intent of some of these messages. I don't know what the gay op thing is.
Sure. But then if these were put out in a way that you don't think you could fairly cover it to give an actual opinion because there's not enough information, why would you cover it at all unless the point was literally just to sweep? Because it sounds like you're saying you can't possibly give an unbiased view of it because you've been set up to look one way. So it seems like you're kind of...
I don't think I'm giving an unbiased view. I think I'm saying there's things here that look troubling and look bad and I'd like more information on. Like, it feels like you're looking for more than that, and beyond
I think
Nicandros
that's fair, by the
responding.
way. Yeah,
Okay,
I
okay.
think that's fair. I don't think I gotta like draw hardcore conclusions. That's fine.
Right.
Can we just like?
But hang on a second. No, wait a second. No, but you are trying to draw hardcore conclusions. You're trying to like
I have
box
it.
me into
I
respect.
have it. I'm just-
Why is what I've said not enough for you?
Why can't
Well,
you just
that-
read the fucking page in the next one?
Well, I was trying to
Yeah,
read the page, and then Dan, you called in, and then fucking
Go ahead.
Destiny wanted to call in.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
What am I reading now? What do you want me to look at?
Well, start where you left off. Keep going.
Okay.
Or I can read whatever you want.
Go on.
Nicandros says, anyone know how to I said Goyops. Gayops them, and revealing more info. Shamu says, it could just be a personal friend to Tectone as well, but definitely something going on there. I'm not sure his viewers even know he's friends with this person or not. Nicandros says, Tectone is way too obsessed not to do something like this. Language analysis stat. Mr. would indicate their male. And then Substance says, what was the name of the account that leaked the sealed court docs in his Discord? And then Shamu says, the entire account is also just responding to Tectone shit if you look at the replies.
Okay, so what in there should I be condemning of or negatively perceiving, do you think?
Well, let's see. The gay ops? The
I've already said, okay, wait a second. I've already said
okay.
that looks
Well, you
bad.
just asked. I was answering.
Okay, but I've already addressed that. So what in there should I read and be outraged by? What should I be condemning? Explain.
Okay. So what do you think he means when he says language analysis? Mr. would indicate their male. What are they doing?
So language analysis is, I think, if I'm thinking of the right thing, it's to do with analyzing the way that they speak to match it up to someone else.
Okay, we know what language analysis is, Chud. Obviously, what Dan is asking is, what are they doing? Why are they engaging language analysis? Why are they saying Mr. would indicate their male? What is the purpose of that? We know what language analysis is, you motherfucker.
Because I think there was some,
Stylometry. Yes.
yeah, I think there was something to do with
said
this account could be
Goyops?
Tectone. Is this
Very
correct?
funny.
What?
I don't know if anybody caught it, but Destiny said Goyops.
Oh, he said,
first,
oh, I thought this meant
very,
said Goyop.
very
That
funny.
was just a misread. Yeah. Fair enough.
Correct. This is the one that's supposed to be Tectone.
I'm sorry. What are you asking on this?
So I'm pretty sure what this is related to is there was an account that was believed to be associated or linked with Tectone that was leaking court information.
I assume that they're assuming that this is Tectone's alt or someone related to Tectone.
Right. So what?
If you want to know what who
I
the
think-
unrelated
I think-
redacted person is, I'm happy to show you that unrelated redacted whatever in a DM here. If
because
you
I think what they're
they're
trying to do is they're trying to establish if it's Tectone's alt. Correct.
Okay. Yes, by like going through and using tools to find out the information on it, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay. So that's what it seems like. They're trying to find out if this is Tectone's alt or like an unrelated account.
Yeah. So they have no proof for this except that guy is someone's alt or
So
something.
they've got no proof for it, and they're trying to establish if it's true without publicizing the information, the private identifiable information.
Keep in mind, this is taking place in a Discord with about 100 people in it. Okay.
Yeah.
This is private. It's kind of bullshit. They are taking an anonymous account and seeking to unmask it, and they are doing so by going through and digging for information. That's what they are doing. Whether you think that's justified in this context or not, that's obviously what they're doing. Does anyone disagree with that?
No.
Okay.
It definitely seems to be the
Correct.
case.
So that would be like I accuse. I think you know.
So
I think, like,
okay, I'll just
Jason-
make it clear. The gay op thing looks troubling. Revealing more info thing looks troubling. Everything else, I don't think I've got a problem with. Nothing's getting publicized, and they're just trying to figure out if this is someone's alt account.
Why is it not publicizing it if you're posting it in a 100-person Discord? I don't get that. I don't understand.
So I agree with that,
Got a
but
problem with that.
even if it is the case, the negligence to allow it to be leaked shows that the information isn't being handled correctly. If they have only good intentions and their intention is in fact to gather information for this lawyer, the fact that they're not vetting the people that they're creating this community with, that this should be heavily vetted people if you're dealing with this kind of sensitive information, and the fact that it leaked out means that they're not doing their due diligence there, and I would say that this is objectively bad. This
Fair
is the
enough.
best faith interpretation. Still bad. Still
Yep.
not doing what they need to be doing.
Yeah. Okay.
Next.
Is the next page like a continuation of the same conversation? Is that
Yes. Yes.
Okay. There's no redacted on Steam.
Okay, so that's an account name that is not anywhere public. It's just a name that they got from their OSINT tool. So they ran this doxing tool where you put in a Twitter username and it goes through data breaches and it finds the emails, it finds your passwords that you've had that have done, all that stuff. So they put in someone's Twitter username and found an alternate name. Okay, and this alternate name, now they're looking and they're saying, hey, this alternate name, I don't see it on Steam. It could be unique
Hang on a
enough.
sec. You're baking a lot of stuff in there. You're saying there's password breaches. Do we know that
Yes.
this information is being, found off the back of a password breach, or is it that a Steam account is linked to an email?
What I don't understand what you're asking here. They ran a Twitter account through a service that lets you get information about it, like emails, real names, addresses,
Okay.
other accounts.
And I use this tool, to be clear, gang. I use this tool just to again, I got permission from the person to do it. And I was curious to see what I could find. it doesn't just give you Twitter names, right, or Twitch names or anything like that. It gives you people's full name. It gives you their location. It gives you so much information. What Dan is claiming happened here, Dan's claim is that this redacted, which notice there's no unrelated here, okay? This redacted is a piece of information that they found using the tool, and they are now using that piece of information to look up more stuff. That's the claim as I understand it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You following me? So
Sure.
they started with like a Chudlogic, and now
Yeah,
they're
but is the
on
Steam
they're on
account?
Chuddy
Is the Steam,
556.
okay, but is the Steam account Chudlogic?
Yeah.
Or is
No.
it something else?
It's something
unrelated?
unique that they got from the doxing tool. Correct.
Okay.
So like I started with chudlogic@gmail.com, and now I have like, you know, piglover69, and I'm like, piglover69. I don't see that on Steam. Okay, let's try running that through another doxing tool that gets a list of every account that's been registered under that name. So that's what they're saying right there. And if you want me, I'm happy to send you the complete with everything there. If you think that I'm missing something out, I just didn't want this fucking random guy's deets getting out there. That's it. But I can send it to you if that's like if you don't care. I'm happy to send it.
Okay, so I can put that in the box of I'd like more information about that. It looks bad. Let's get more information.
Okay.
Next.
All right. Well, yeah, keep reading.
The person might be retarded enough to have another account somewhere, and then redacted image, and then clumsy attempt at woke scolding, and then another redacted image, and then now it's just this is all this account does really no matter. What are these redacted images?
You're gonna have to wait for later on that. Just now, assume that there's nothing. Assume that it's not there. It just says redacted image.png.
Okay.
I'll guarantee you
Is it
it's
tweets?
nothing.
Is it like a PPI
Yeah,
thing?
I don't know why Dan. Look, I have criticism for Dan here. I don't know why he doesn't just tell him, right? Like what it is. He doesn't have to give the specific deeds. He'd say, well, these are tweets, or these are posts, or these are whatever, right? It should be easy. I don't know why he doesn't do that here. That's crazy.
It's all in the database. The file wasn't archived. Literally, you have to use your imagination.
Okay, because obviously redacted image gives another perception of impropriety.
Yeah. But I mean, it's not there. Just assume you have to. What are they talking about? I don't know. What do you think they could be posting?
Clumsy attempt at woke scolding. This looks like a tweet or something. I'm guessing.
Yeah, most likely.
Okay, but again, this again, it's the perception of impropriety. Putting redacted image in there, which to me is suggesting that there's some sort of like bad thing happening.
Well, it could be. Yeah, I mean, they're
Like,
looking up
if-
someone's
if
information.
it's
Yeah, they are.
someone's- if
It
it's
is a
someone's-
bad thing. Yes, it is a bad thing. You're looking up someone's shit.
No, wait a
and
second.
you're putting
No,
up their stuff. Yes.
If it's someone's Facebook profile picture from an unrelated thing, that's different to it being a tweet, right?
Okay, sure.
If they got it from this tool, and you don't want people to know what this here said, right? This redacted here, and these are from this, then I can understand why you would redact this, even if they were nothing, right? Even if they were just woke scolding tweets, because using that image, using that information, you could get what this is. And obviously, Dan is trying not to spread this. I don't know. Seems reasonable to me. Reasonable to me.
Okay. So you see my point, and Destiny, you see the point as well. This is set up and designed to look as bad as possible to, in my opinion, smear Shamoon Nicandros.
Well, how do you not set it up so that it's not just doxing everybody?
Okay, is it doxing to put Novaru's account name on the document?
Well, did they know initially that it was Novaru?
Well, it's Novaru's Twitter account handle.
This isn't about Novaru. I just
No.
removed shit that wasn't related.
Okay, the
It's
point I'm
called
making.
unrelated.
No, so the point I'm making is that you have put things in here that should be
Yeah.
on the document, because what does it fucking matter if Novaru is mentioned on the fucking document here? But you've set it up in a way that makes it look worse than it is. So why am I
Why
going to
did they-
accept
did they
anything else
be-
that's here?
Oh, you're saying it's over redacted because there are things that are being protected in here that aren't like worth.
Yes,
protecting,
exactly,
like Novaru's
precisely.
public.
Yes.
Gotcha. I mean,
You see, well, that's a problem with Destiny, right?
I mean, I can kind of understand that, but I think it's really difficult when you're dealing with stuff like this because the accusation is that, okay, I know nobody believes me, but I guess I'm speaking for my own audience. So I don't know what these two images are. I haven't like reviewed this shit before. I don't know what the fuck Dan is trying to show here, but the general accusation, so that I've seen, and it looks like this is following the same. Basically, if anybody on social media is showing up to support one of your ops, then that means that you're going to try to find who that person is. You're going to try to dox that person. You're going to try to harass that person. You're going to publicize information, whatever you can do about it. That looks like what this conversation is about. So if you include other names in there, so if Novaru is here, ostensibly as a friend of the person that they're trying to go after, or the person who's friends trying to go after, then my guess is the word would be they would just try to harass Novaru as well, because these people, well, you guys, I guess I should say, you people do this.
Hang on, wait, you people.
Destiny,
Destiny, give me a fucking break with that shit. What do you mean, you people? I heard you fucking comment on stream the other day. What do you mean, you people? What the fuck have I got to do with this?
I mean, commentary people.
The British. Okay.
Shut up, Dan. Shut the fuck up. Destiny, respond.
Yeah. You people as in like your community, the one you fostered on Spicy Chat, and then that community that leaks out into
Oh
the
yes,
public
the
other
great
communities.
fucking Spicy Chat fit. What are you on about, dude? The Spicy Chat fucking comment in 2026. Who is in Spicy Chat that's doing this fucking shit, dude?
I thought you people meant people.
Do you think that nobody in Spicy Chat
No,
is
no,
talking
answer my
about
question.
community?
Who in Spicy Chat is doing this?
I'm not ready to answer your question right now. My shit isn't. I'm not doing my whole write-up until my case is over. But I just want to hear you say that. Do you think that nobody right now, which is a fine statement to make, by the way, you can say that. You can be of the mindset.
No,
right
I'm
now,
asking for
nobody is
examples
fighting
of
each
people that
other.
are engaged in bad behavior, and you give me this fucking bullshit.
Well, I'm not here presenting documents to you today. That's not what I came here for.
Okay, but you're
I don't
saying
know
you
what you're
people,
wrong with
and then
that,
you're
but
saying,
why is it so
no,
hard
wait,
for
no,
you to
Destiny,
say-
shut the fuck up and listen to me. I'm saying, is it me? And you're saying, no, it's you people. And I'm saying, who's you people? And it's Spicy
Right,
Jack,
yeah.
right?
Mhm.
And I'm
And
saying,
people in
who,
it, yeah.
exactly who? And you don't have a fucking answer for me.
No, I'm not giving you an answer right now.
Right,
But you
okay.
can also say, you could be of the mindset.
So
that
how,
I'm
so
saying
how is that my
people-
response?
He's not revealing his sources, gang. Okay.
When you're not
Jack.
even going to give me a name of someone in my community that you can point to
I'm
that's
telling
doing
you right
something
now,
wrong.
you could say, it's not, my impression of the people in Spicy Chat is there aren't people in there that engage in that behavior. They don't engage in it in there, they don't engage in it in any other servers. I'm not aware of any of that. But that could be your opinion. That's a totally fine opinion you can have.
No, because you're trying to make an accusation without having any evidence to present now to back it up. You're just
Sure.
acting
I
like
don't
I'm
give a fuck.
involved.
You don't
Like,
have
you're
to-
clearly trying to create this image that I'm somehow involved in this. When
Here, Destiny is baiting him, right? We understand that, right? He's trying to get Chud to take a stance because Destiny has information, or is pretending or bluffing that he has information that if Chud takes a stance, he can be like, man, here's the drop. Chud is being very cagey in this because he doesn't know what Destiny knows. He doesn't know the information that Destiny has. So he's not taking any firm stances, in part because he's trying to carve a path where he can not incriminate himself, right? It's very obvious. Whether you think that's good or bad, that's what is happening. Do we agree? Do we disagree?
It's a Destiny move to do. Yeah, it all would follow.
Yes.
I'm
of course,
not.
because
There's
that's
no
my
evidence that
opinion,
I
of
am.
course.
And you're trying to do this fucking webbing thing that you came up with.
Yeah, isn't that what these guys are doing? That you're looking at this screen right now where they're trying to gay ops an account on Twitter because they're posting in tech tones replies? Is that what you're talking about?
Well, hang on a sec. That's a whataboutism. That's completely irrelevant, right?
That's what we're talking
It's not
about.
really a whataboutism. If you're telling me that I'm doing a bad thing and then I can demonstrate that you're giving a pass to a bad thing.
Well, no,
then
hang
I
on.
think
No,
that's
so wait a
bad
second.
thing.
You're
Then
such a
it's
little
not
fucking
whataboutism.
dirty little debate trickster. I'm not giving a pass to this. I'm saying there's things here that look bad, and I'd like more information. I'm not giving a pass to it. I just don't have
Yes.
all of the information yet. Dude, you're such a wretched little fucking liar, bro. The way that you talk in these conversations is so transparent.
That's
okay?
the part of the
I'm totally
conversation
fine,
that
man.
I
I'm
agree
totally
with.
fine. And you're doing this thing where you're trying to act all fucking calm about this.
And again, in a vacuum, fair. But we don't have to live in a vacuum. We recognize that there's other contexts outside of this vacuum which plays into what's going on and what's being talked about and how people are acting and all these things.
So
once
at-
again, go ahead, please.
At this point, being not in a vacuum, I've seen a ton of people talk about this Discord is doxing people. And so when Chud said that, but the information that I had is that I said this looks really bad, but there's no proof here. I use the metaphor. It's like they're saying this Discord server is a gun shop selling guns to unhinged people, and everybody's screaming that they're murderers, but there's not a single body that I've seen. Then today I found out
understand.
there's a body from 4 years ago, but that doesn't necessarily reflect on this. But it does say that, there's somebody who probably shouldn't be around guns in this server, at least one. That's all I
Certainly.
have
And
now.
again, they are talking about tools which are used to. They're talking about guns, right? In that analogy, that they've dropped links to and things like that. Again, I don't think it's a good thing or a bad thing that Chud is recognizing that he's being baited in this situation. But he is being baited in this situation. And I think that like people saying that this proves doxing is going on in that server are wrong. But what it does prove is that they are knowledgeable of and comfortable sharing doxing tools in the server, and that they are comfortable with digging for information to unmask anonymous accounts in order to pass that on to third parties. That's what this shows. You, dear viewer, can decide whether that's good, bad, or indifferent. I think that's pretty fucked up, honestly. That's me. I don't think these people are fucking cops. They're not fucking investigative journalists. None of them are that I have seen, at least in any of these screenshots. And again, as the conversation goes and we hear Shamu give his takes, is obviously he's not that, right? He's not that. So the idea that they should be given the grace that we would give an investigative journalist is just bullshit, right?
I agree.
I don't know.
Yeah, they didn't go to journalism school. They didn't, not that I know of at least. So
They don't practice any kind of journalistic ethics. They don't have any cred. I mean, it's like you would never allow a surgeon that, oh, well, I learned on WebMD what to do here, so don't worry. You'd never allow them to operate on you. You'd say that's crazy to do. Why would you allow these people to use these tools in order to... It's the same reason I have a problem with like pedo hunters and shit like that, right? They often get the wrong targets. And in this case, they got the wrong target. Let's be clear, right? They're doxing and trying to unmask someone that they think is a Tectone mod or Tectone himself. And it turns out that this person was not that at all. So they targeted the wrong person. And here they are discussing and digging for personal information about this person, or unmask this person, to identify this account.
The people
shit.
like Vitaly also, they make, like, when they do catch people, all the evidence is inadmissible.
Correct.
Right? And it's just basically they're tipping off like somebody who is doing something wrong that, oh, we can catch you this way, you know, basically giving them an opportunity to clean up their act. And it's just like, you know, and I hate Vitaly, you know, and then he gets things wrong. And he, you know, while he was the last one that he got wrong, like it was just unbelievably disgusting, right? So
There's a ton
I
of
think you have to
issues.
really be, careful with it. And then again, you're sharing these tools in not just in a server of like 100+ people who aren't journalists. It's a server of 100+ people, and we know that those communities are extremely dedicated to hating people, right? Extremely
harassing people, not just hating. Harassing.
Hating,
Yes.
harassing, and to and they're very motivated, right? So
True.
Yeah.
But you're crashing out on your own stream about it. Talk about fucking spy.
I would relate it, instead of like a gun shop shelling guns, it's a bar full of drunks, and you're leaving the keys on the table.
Well,
right?
The guns is the tools, and I said selling them to unhinged people.
Whatever, like different analogy, but it works. Anyway,
Spicy chat in 2026.
Is your impression that I'm the one crashing out right now? You guys have been on meltdown mode for like the past 48 hours.
Yes,
But we
yes,
can
because you're trying to act
I
calm
guess,
about
if you
it, but you clearly are fucking
You're
obsessed
crashing-
with
you guys have
spicy
been on
chats. You're
meltdown
banging on about
mode.
spicy chat 2026, bro. But you're trying to act calm about it now.
To be fair, it's not spicy chat. Like spicy chat is like 6 to like.
Oh,
the
so it's not
start
spicy chat. Why is Destiny
No,
talking
no,
about
I'm
spicy?
just
No,
thinking
okay,
that, like,
hang on.
ahead of
Maybe.
you is, like,
Why is
we
Destiny
thought
talking about spicy
spicy
chat if it's not spicy
nuki
chat then?
chat.
You see what happened there?
wait,
You're
wait,
fucking
wait,
retarded.
can either of you give a good faith take on why Destiny might have mentioned spicy chat there?
Because this entire ecosystem of content creators, you can trace them back to spicy chat at a certain point. Maybe spicy chat isn't like the place where everything happens anymore, but like at a certain point in history, spicy chat was the place, and like the most active and the most unhinged side of Chudlogic's community, and a few of them grew into being content creators on their own, and then they've absorbed that they've made a whole ecosystem of content creators, smaller content creators, and they've all absorbed people into their circle. But like, yeah, that same very motivated, very active group of people is now active in a bunch of all of these other content creators spaces as
Again,
well.
The
So
same. Yeah, go ahead.
There's also the case that for a long time, before Spicy Chat got like really bad, it was pretty dedicated to like hating on Destiny. Not in like any like super like malicious, like kind of like we're gonna do this kind of thing, any kind of thing like that. But like I'm sure he was aware of Spicy Chat for a very long time, just because it was like a Destiny hate fest for like a really long time. You could not be a Destiny fan in there and like get away with it.
Get away with it.
I mean, it was it was a
it's the
hate
same
chat for everybody basically, but yeah.
It's the same style of behavior that he is accusing of happening here, and other places, right? Happened in Spicy Chat, and again, if you're just joining us and you rewind back to the video, beginning of the video, we go through the receipts of Spicy Chat doxing, harassing Eldrazi by posting his full name, his workplace, his location, his state, his city. By posting his P.O. box, by posting pictures of his wife and pictures of his ex-girlfriend. Like, these are all things that they did in order to harass him. Crazy shit. It's that style of mentality, right? That this is why Spicy Chat's bring up. It's a comparison.
So if you think I'm sweeping for Chud, my ego didn't want me to agree with him at all when I saw this. I was very upset that I didn't just get to call him the R word There you go. I'll censor it a little bit for you, Star. Keep it professional.
Thank you.
I
Hold
was
on, you
so
didn't censor
ready.
the F slur, but you're censoring the R. Okay.
She said something about it, and now I'm taking
guess.
taking
No, that's
feedback into
true.
account.
Yes. It's just funny to me. That's all. Okay. Anyway, but
It's
yeah,
just
I
for
don't think
Star.
we're sweeping. It's okay to like look.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You can agree with people who you do not like, and you can agree
Yeah.
with specific points they make,
Yeah.
even though you can consider their overall point incorrect. That's just true. So,
Audience. There's only fucking Indian rape lovers that are left. Your retarded audience.
Indian rape
Can we just
lovers.
pause? Can we just pause there for a second? What the fuck is going on with Chud's brain right now? What is going on with Chud's brain? I'm so confused. It's just like I have no idea what is going on. What happened to his head? Is he okay?
I think which one of you mentioned that he's just trying to be an edgy little boy right now? Like what a good edgy little boy you are. Look, you called them Indian rape lovers. Look at your racism. Look at your anti-Semitism. What an edgy little boy you are.
It's clear what's happening. He's losing. He needs to keep his chat energized, and like anything he can do to inject some more energy into them, that's what he's got to do. He's losing right now, so he can rile them up. This is by the book, Chudlogic stuff.
Crazy thing to say, though.
Yes.
Go this up.
Does this work?
Your
Your
retarded
audience?
audience will
What
go
did
this
I-
up.
what did I-
Sorry, somebody in chat said he's returning to his Brit bong roots of bitching about Indian people, which I mean,
Fair.
you know that. But even that's like old Brit bong stuff. That's not new. New Brit bong stuff. They don't even do that. But okay, whatever. What do I know?
I don't know enough about
Part of the
British people.
culture.
You were trying
What
to
did I say?
insinuate I'm
What did I
somehow
say?
involved
Chud,
in this. You were trying to
Chud, what did I
insinuate that I'm
say?
somehow involved, and when I challenged you, you went to spicy chat, and when I asked for specifics, you said you didn't give me
Love
any.
the monologuing. Yep. What did I say, Chud? What was the thing that I said?
You said you
What did
people.
I say?
You said
Yeah,
you
and I said-
people, which was suggesting that I'm somehow involved. And when I question you
Yep.
about it, now we go from well, it's spicy chat to well, actually, it's not spicy chat.
What did I say, Chud? Do you even remember?
I do remember what you said. Yes.
What did I say?
I don't need to give you the specifics of what you said. You said
Okay,
you
I'll
people,
restate it then.
which was suggesting.
I said that it's when I said you and your people. I said, and then I brought up spicy chat as an example, and then I further clarified. I said the people that are in that server. I asked you, do you think that they frequent other servers where everybody doxes each other? And then you started screaming about spicy chat and debate tactics. Is that your impression, or is your impression that the people that frequent spicy chat or frequent spicy chat aren't involved in that behavior?
I don't think the people that are in spicy chat are involved in that behavior. No.
Bro, that's a crazy thing to say in 2026 with all the shit we know, with all the receipts we have.
What percentage of this
There you go.
server do you think is also in spicy chat?
Not sure. Don't know. But then again, are they engaging in even this behavior in the server? I don't even know that. Like, it's very tenuous. It's like the most we got is the, there's aspects that look bad. The gay op thing looks bad, right? But that's the best that we've got is, are we saying gay op? I don't know what the context is. I don't know what it means. The Steam thing looks bad. Again, I need more information about that. And now you're trying to link people in spicy chat to this by the sheer thing that they're in the same
I just want you to
Discord.
read the image. I just want you to read to the end.
Okay, but there's a
See, I know people say that when he says, look, this is where I'm going to sweep for Chud, if you will. When he says, I don't know what gay ops means, he's obviously saying that he doesn't know what they mean, right, by gay ops. But gay ops doesn't have a whole lot of alternate meanings here, okay? There's not a lot it could be. And especially in the context of what they're doing, where there's digging information, it's obviously they're looking to try to get them to try to weasel them into revealing something that they don't want to be revealed. That is the obvious context. If you have a reading comprehension above that of an 8th grader, this is what you can get from this term being used in this context with all the words surrounding it. That's obviously what they're talking about. I don't know why we have to pretend otherwise.
I had a
But-
caller do the exact same thing, and they said, well, what like it could mean, and I just read off the definition. I was like, do you think that's fair? And they had to admit, like, yeah. Obviously, the people conspiring to get information from somebody that they wouldn't otherwise give them. Yeah, we know what it means. There's no other
Yeah.
way to take that.
And he even says, should we gay ops them into getting to them to reveal more information? He says that. That's literally in there.
The intent is clear.
Yeah.
Yes.
number of problems that I'm coming across, and you don't really have good answers. It's just like...
Well, you've stated your problems. You can not like the answers. That's fine. I think they're okay reservations. You can say it's like you're over-redacting stuff to make it look really bad. That's a fine opinion you can have. I think, yeah, read the rest and then bring in Shamu and Nikandros and they can defend their perspective.
Absolutely.
His followers from my POV. This redacted guy is some tard who watched my video and seemed to agree with it. I doubt it's him. And so they're looking at follower lists, I guess. Is that supposed to be bad? Like, am I supposed to have a outraged reaction to that? It doesn't seem to be a problem to me.
You can just keep reading.
Yeah, most likely thing is like a mod or something, but I guess it specifically follows Pink just to do shit like this Lamau. And
I
then
missed redacting that. Go ahead.
they've had 2 username changes, run the docs tool 2. So this is to check past Twitter usernames from the sounds of it.
No.
Okay.
Do you want me to show you what this gives? I can, if you want to, I can run it on you and show you what it gives, and you can tell me if you're okay with it.
Well, let's focus on this, and then maybe we can look at that later. Okay. Okay. So, run the docs tool 2. I'm just going to toss it over to one of the unrelated redacted friends. So who is this supposed to be?
I will message it to you. Hold on right now. 1 second. Here. Hold on. I don't know who that is, so I didn't include them.
Okay, let me see.
Do you know who that is?
Dude. Himpleton. That's a fucking YouTuber, you fucking idiot.
Well, I've never heard of him.
Why have you redacted?
I've never heard of this guy either.
No
But
clue.
he would like here Dan admits, like, first of all, I think in the context it's pretty clear who this is. It's one of the friends that he wants to run this docs tool for him, right? He's going to pass it over to this person to run the docs tool. That seems to be what's happening. Am I misreading this? I don't know. So Dan wasn't sure who it was, so he decided to err on the side of caution, right? That's perfectly reasonable decision to make.
Himpleton, you fucking moron.
Because they're unrelated, you fucking
Why does
retard.
it- Okay, but this is the problem. You are redacting the name of YouTubers that are known in this space to create the perception of impropriety. Exactly the shit I've got with this.
I think you're... Are you alright?
I'm fine. It's just this document. It's
It
fucking
says it's
dreadful.
unrelated and
Okay,
then redacted.
But the point is, again, this makes it look like, oh, unrelated redacted. And it's some fucking total shitter YouTuber guy. But why?
This is the 10th time he's making this point. This is really all he has so far to kind of paint this narrative that this is some sort of nefarious, manipulative type of deal.
Is he actually saying
I don't
it?
know how to, I
I'm
don't
just
know
going
how
to toss
to
it
make
over.
this any clearer to you.
No,
Just
you
go,
have created
keep
this
reading.
document to make it look as bad as possible to smear Shamu and the Kandros. And
This is going to be...
the worst that
this
we've
is the
got.
best that you can have to cover this is going to be hard.
Okay,
It is,
but
because they're
that's
using
not hard.
doxing tools on the guy.
Yes,
they're getting
I agree.
up to his other
I know.
accounts. They're
Just to be
doing
clear,
gay ops.
just to be
If you
clear.
want to hinge on, oh, Dan, you framed this in a bad way, you know what?
No, it's
Fuck
no.
these people.
It's not that you framed it in a bad way.
I don't even sign on to
It's
that.
not that you framed it in a bad way. You framed it
Because you
in
know what
a
I did,
dishonest way.
by the way?
You framed it in a dishonest way. You've dishonestly framed this to make
let me
it
tell
look
you
as
something.
bad as
Let me
possible.
just listen for a second, okay? I'm this guy that you guys love, you, Queeman, Justical, all these people. You love to say Dan's this fucking retarded evil villain that says his fucking plans in public like a fucking moron. Let me tell you, I'm happy to say, when this was going together, everything that says unrelated redacted was literally because they weren't related, didn't want to have them in. If I wanted to be nefarious, I would just have it say fucking redacted, okay? At no point was I like, oh yeah, this is gonna make it fucking look better. If anything, the reason I was doing it is so that fucking cucks out there wouldn't be like, whoa, why is he bringing this guy in, my fucking redact this information,
Yeah,
mate?
but you're
Why the
talking
fuck are you
about-
bringing Novaru into this? So I
Novaru
want to
is a
avoid that, but you guys
well-known
just fucking
public
bitch either
figure.
way. That's it.
Himpleton is a less known but known YouTuber guy.
They're not related to this. That's it. That's why they say unrelated.
Okay. So calling a woman a huge slut is 100% Freud lingo. The person behind this account is a woman. So again, Docs Tools 2, yes. Maybe I've got an issue with that. I don't know if I can know what this does.
I can send you. I'm happy to send you a screenshot if you want. I can run it on you, and you can tell me if you're okay with it.
Okay. So then the Kandros says, also, these memes they post, fake plastic whore, that's Freud tongue, a Freudian slip. Yeah, true that. And then we've got XCOM I status redacted, 100% Freud. Who the fuck even knows what the names of these girls are? Spectators already zoned the fuck in. Notice I'm calling Rev a sweet person. This is a tweet. Okay, what am I supposed to make of this? This seems fine.
Yeah, they're digging through their posts trying to identify who they are. This one here is a photo of I'm not sure what it is, but yeah, like they're this is definitely a Floyd for whatever reason.
Okay.
I don't know what the fuck.
And this guy's Zitter ID is redacted, so finding whatever that account's old username was. Okay. So someone's just sent me something. Is it true that one of the doxing tools is a League of Legends name history checker?
No. Thank you. I'm so glad that I prefer that you don't fucking bring it up, and that's the reason I didn't do it. But I'm happy to link it to you, and you can tell me if you're okay with it.
Yikes.
Wait, can you link it to me?
Well, it's not.
Yeah, sure.
Wait, it's not.
We're about not to spoil the surprise, but I think this is probably the most stupid I have seen anyone look in a debate in years. I won't say ever, because I've seen some pretty stupid people. But we are on track to the most stupid self-own that I have ever seen. So prepare yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. Prepare yourselves. Someone's DMing Chud, and we later learn it's Queeman, right? I think he admits it later. But Queeman's DMing him, running cover, sweeping, and saying, well, this tool's just a League of Legends tracker, right? That is the information that's being pumped into Chudlogic right now. Like, just thrust deep inside of him, right? Is this idea that that this tool is a League of Legends tracker. And he doesn't think to check. He doesn't think to verify that information. He just trusts it, and he swallows it whole. And it's going to bite him in the fucking ass. But let's watch.
Whether I'm okay with it, but you're acting like it's some, spooky, dark dox.
I'd rather not publicize it unless, like, you want that type of stuff happening.
But
we don't even have to go over specifically what it was. You can just ask the questions. If these were tools where you could plug in names and pull up people's like names, addresses, or whatever, would that be problematic to you?
It depends what you're going to use that for. If you're making a video, okay, and it's to find out a certain piece of information, it's possibly okay. If you're using it to get someone's address and post it on the internet, that's wrong.
Well, let's look at Shamu and Nikandros.
Wait. So let me just be super clear. So if Docs Tool 1 was like, I'm friends with Kash Patel, and he can look up every single piece of information about this person, you're fine with that as long as they don't publish the information anywhere.
Well, no, it depends on why they're looking it up. If they're making a video on a topic, right?
Hold on.
And it's to get a piece of
That's
information.
separating out. That's what I just said. That's what I'm separating out the action. So if they have access to like the personnel files of everything related
Well,
to
do they have access to the personnel files of everything?
I'm just asking.
I would be very uncomfortable if I knew someone was just gathering information that I meant to be private, even if they never published it. It would be very, very uncomfortable for me to know that people are just trolling, looking for this information, right? And to be clear, we saw
It is
some screenshots
uncomfortable.
that they are, right? Say one more time, Josh?
It is uncomfortable.
Yes. I would not be okay with them doing this. This kind of behavior is bad behavior. Even if they don't send it to anyone else, it's literally mental illness kind of behavior. It's weird. Why would you do that ever? There's no reason.
No, you're asking
If they
some
did,
stupid
would that be
hypothetical.
a problem?
Well, I mean, I don't know. It depends. It depends.
Also,
on the
they weren't
context of
making
why
a
they're
movie, or not movie.
Okay,
video.
if there's some
This is
random
over.
Discord chitter and they're looking up personal information for their own interest with an uncertain aim of what they're doing,
They were. Their videos
I
were done.
Probably have,
This is after their videos.
Sure, maybe I've got a problem with it. Yeah.
Oh, well, maybe I've got a problem with it. Maybe that's bad. What do you want me to say? It's bad. Okay, can we move on?
Well, I
bad.
don't. Yeah, sure. I don't really understand. Like,
You'd be fucking losing your shit if this was someone that you didn't like. This is the biggest. Oh, maybe it's bad. I'd have to see more context. It's like I just want you to know that you're being like extremely sidescucked. I hate to say it. It's fine.
I don't think I'm being
I think it's
sidescucked.
okay.
No,
I would do the
I
same
don't-
thing if it
no,
was
wait
my
a
homie.
second. I don't think I'm being sidescucked. Okay.
Okay.
Because I think that Shamu and Nikandros have got a lot of credibility, and I do have some trust in them. Right? There are things.
That's why he's sides-cucked. He's explaining why he's sides-cucked.
Yeah, he is
He says,
sides-cucked,
I have
so he's
different
just
standards
admitting it.
because I trust these people and I don't trust these other people. He's explaining why he's sides-cucked.
Just admit your side's cucked. I've been
Yeah,
side's
just say-
cucked before too.
You did it earlier. You said, I don't trust you. I trust them. I'm going to give them grace where I'm not going to give it to you. Don't pretend you're not doing that. And in the same breath, justify why you're doing that. What are you doing?
Just admit it. Just be
Yes.
like, yeah, I'm sides cucked, and this is why I'm sides cucked. And if like you just have to accept it that I'm sides cucked. That's what it is. So yeah.
Things that are concerning here that I'd like to see a response from them from, but I don't think I'm just immediately saying they've done nothing wrong. I'm just saying, well, some of this stuff looks troubling, and I'd like to see what they've got to say about it. But some of this stuff seems to be, presented in a way to make it seem worse than it is.
Okay. I disagree with that framing, and I think that if it was the other way, where I just included random people shit in there, that you would be like, like if they would just be like, oh, great, why are you including random people in there?
Okay. But I mean, my problem is you've set this up in a way to make it look way worse, in my opinion, to smear these guys. So now I'm digging into it a bit. I'm finding all these problems with it. So sorry, is it the case that the second doc tool is a League of Legends name checker? Yes or no?
No. You know what? Give me your shit. I'll run it, and you can tell me if you think it's a League of Legends name
Wait,
change.
no, wait, you don't. No.
No, fuck this, because
Yeah,
it's
Bring
cool.
what is
Yikes.
Shamu and whatever the other dudes.
Okay, I've got the unredacted messages here, so let's see what we think of it when it's unredacted. They've had 2 username changes. Run the LOL archiver. I'm just going to toss it over to one of
Yeah,
Hibbleton's
we're
friends.
just doing that. Okay.
So, yeah, I'm showing it because it's not a big deal. Like, this is my whole
You're
fucking
literally
point.
holding up a doc tool.
Oh,
Okay.
fuck off, dude. Give me a fucking break. This is the problem, is when it's you just lied to me. It is a fucking League of Legends name archiver. You lied.
No, Chud, you look so stupid here. Oh my god.
It has LOL in the name. It has LOL. It has to be League of Legends. It can't be anything
Or it could ju-
else.
it could
has
be just
LOL. It
laughing
has to
out
be League of
loud.
Legends.
It could be laughing out loud.
It's
Wick,
just checking
you
how
don't know
many
that?
times they laugh. It's just an archiver
Yeah, it's just
for
how
how
many
many
ti-
times they laugh.
How many times somebody typed LOL in a chat? Yeah.
To be fair, when I see it, even every time I've seen it or heard it, I'm addicted to League of Legends. I still think of it as a league archiver, but I know what it is. But still, the gusto
Chud here.
in which he declared it is crazy.
Is going off right now. Is going off and saying, you lied to me. This is obviously a League of Legends name checker. You lied. And bro, look, if I had made such a basic error, and then proceeded to be so confidently, smugly wrong, I might I would just delete my channel. I would just delete my channel. It'd be over. Like, how would I justify? I would at least take a month off to think about what I fucking did, right? To
No,
think
actually, it's
about
based.
what I fucking
It's actually
did.
based. It's actually so based of Chudlogic that he's just so it's just so based. Really,
Is it? Is it based? I don't know
It's so
about that
based.
one. Yeah.
It's so based.
I was
I wanna
embarrassed.
check how many-
fucking
Yeah,
retard.
chat.
You know that, Chudlogic.
Sorry.
I was
Chat, you better
embarrassed
be
for him.
LOLing to my. You better be saying LOL to the things that I say. I'm gonna check how many times you said LOL. So
On the LOL archiver.
yeah.
Okay.
Like, right? I want you to understand that you're a fucking retard. Can you just look at me and be like, yes, I'm retarded. Ready?
No, not at all.
You're not. Okay. Give you a URL. Okay.
See, this is my point, and this is what I've hopefully, shown, is that when you show it unredacted, the
Go ahead.
mystery
What
goes.
is that? What is that right
the mystery
there?
goes.
What is that link? Click the fucking link. Don't pull it up on stream. Click it privately.
The mystery goes, and then it doesn't look half
You
as
not
bad as
want
it
to click
does.
that link? You not want to click
Where
that
have you
link?
sent it to me?
In our group chat.
Okay. Let me have a look at this. Is this what's being used? Okay, because there's that, but then there's another one as well.
He's finding out in real time how fucking wrong he was, and it's glorious.
People
What
keep
is the
just-
URL?
L-
of that?
okay.
What is
The
it?
one
What's
that you've
included in that
sent me.
URL?
Okay.
Yes, what's included in that URL?
So the one here is lolarchiver.com, which I think is
Okay.
the one that the Candros is referring to. Because he said
Mhm.
2
And-
username
yes.
changes, which suggests he's referring to his League of Legends username, yes?
No, it's Twitter, but that's fine. Go ahead, continue.
Okay. But you sent me a different link, which is, a whole other...
What is the URL? That thing before the .com. What does it say?
Well, I can't say it, can I?
You can't read. Well, you've said it
Why?
already, but the part right before it.
Well, this one says OSINT, and the other one is
And-
www.
Okay, and what's the other part after that?
Database
They're the same
lookup.
fucking site. Why are you so daft, mate?
Yeah, but the one that he's using is the League of Legends one, though.
Bro, are you fucking with me right now?
Oh.
So wait, well, actually, I'm just curious. Who told you that it was just a low archive? Who's
Oh
messaging you
no.
I won't reveal that information.
No, I really want to
that? Do
know.
you understand?
I'm
Amazing.
sorry. This is just it's so glorious. Like,
Amazing.
bro, and you can
amazing.
tell on his face. Look at his fucking face. He's realizing, like, you can see it dawn upon him how he
Wait,
was.
his face is pink.
He's
You can see
just
his face is pink.
fucking embarrassed and shamed. And like, I will give Chud this. At least he has a decency, his body at least, to feel some fucking shame for what he just did. Right? It's not enough in my opinion, right? But like, damn, bro got.
It is very funny that right out the gate he accused Dan of trying to manipulate him, like trapping him and all that, and then he did the worst thing that happens is he does it to himself. In all the instances, I would
He
say most
doesn't do it to
embarrassing
himself. To
things.
be clear, not entirely. He's being again call his DMs, call his community Auschwitz because they're gassing him the fuck up, right?
Jesus
and you
Christ,
have Queeman,
you guys can't. Okay, go ahead. Go
and
ahead.
we have Queeman
Sorry.
DMing him, pumping him full of this false narrative, lying basically about what this is, right? To try to give him talking points, try to manipulate the conversation, right? When we talk about gay opting, like we talk about weird tactics and shit like that, that's what we mean, right? The thing he accused Destiny, I'm not sure if he has yet, but he's going to accuse Destiny of doing this later, but this is happening to him in real time by Queeman, right? That's
If you
what's
think
doing.
that trusting Queeman isn't fucking yourself over, if that's not doing it to yourself, I don't know what
Fair
else
enough,
is.
fair enough. But like, just damn, the every accusation of confession just plays out perfectly here. It's just honestly, this is a great example. This is a great example, chat, of the dishonesty that they engage in, of they're doing it, but actually the people who are like you're doing it itself, right? This is a perfect example of that. It's crazy.
I don't know. Okay.
Okay, listen,
Yeah, you see how it's okay. The
oh,
sweep.
somebody
is
made a good, sorry. Somebody made a good point here.
Go ahead.
In your chat, Wick. Shamu isn't a PI. He got phished by a crypto scam and had his entire Discord hacked a month ago. He should not be doing the internet vigilante thing. If that's true, that's really, really fucking bad. That's so bad.
I should check.
Yeah,
chat. Hold on.
that is just incredibly like, wow. Okay, if he got phished by a crypto scam, what? Yeah. By the way, I disavow that comment you made about his chat. Wick. I have to disavow
Look.
that. So.
I stand by it. But I understand you have to disavow. I get it. But me, no. I stand by it. Let's keep watching.
I don't think I'm streaming. Let me bring Shamoon. Let me bring Shamoon. I'm at the end of what I can talk. No, wait a second.
Maybe I'm not aligned on this. The reason why I was pushing for answers from fucking Chud earlier is because I know Chud's going to hardcore sweep fucking all of this. That's why he's hedging on the things he would never hedge on ever. If you saw a server where people were doxing people, there is no world where if that was
Wait, hang on a second, Destiny. They're not doxing them. They're not Destiny. They're not doxing them here like you did in your fucking chat when you revealed someone's name. They're not publicizing the information. This is not doxing.
My 126 speech, okay? If there was a server full of people that were using OSINT tools to full-on dox randoms on Twitter.
No, stop saying dox. Stop saying dox. Dox is publicizing.
If you're putting it in a server with 100+ people, I don't know what other word you're going to use except for publicizing.
Information. Dox is publicizing the information. Dox is publicizing the information.
This thing, but now he's going to hide behind this definition of, well, it doesn't count as doxing if you have a server full of people that are doxing people. As long as they don't actually.
No, wait a second. Server full of people. I've got 2 pages here. I've got 2 pages of video creators.
And I think you could have asked it before. You could have asked him who told you it was a lot.
These are not randoms. These are video creators that I know. Wait a second.
Probably Queenman.
Oh, fuck off. Listen. Well, yeah, Shamoon wants to come on and talk. Shamoon wants to come on and talk.
He's not going to reveal it because now he realized, like, oh shit, this tool probably goes a lot further than I thought it would. And now I just want to reveal the name.
Yeah, sure. I don't know what this tool is, okay? So I'm happy to, agree that maybe it's more extensive than I think it is. But I don't know what it is. I've never seen it before. I've never seen it before. I don't know.
Thing that allows you to look up a whole bunch of personally identifiable information about somebody. Do you think it would be kind of weird?
Okay, but wait. Personal identifiable information. What information is this generating? What can it give you? Can it give you someone's full name?
It can give you every password that's ever been breached, their full name, their address, their social security number, every place that they've lived. And what do you think of it? It can be on this website. Does that help you?
Well, the thing is,
do you know the site Mt. Gox, MTGOX? You familiar with that back in the day? The biggest Bitcoin exchange. You're being so retarded. You're like, oh my, this is a Magic the Gathering site. I don't know what you're on about.
Unironically true. Unironically true. That's exactly what he did, and it's as stupid as you think.
Well,
no one uses this site for League of Legends.
Listen,
no one uses this website for that.
Shut up. I will admit, I could be wrong about exactly what it's used for, because I don't fucking know, okay? But if someone is using the website to look up prior Twitter names or prior League of Legends names or whatever the fuck it is, I don't necessarily have a problem with that. If they're using it to find a password, I'd have a problem with that. It depends what they're using it for.
Sure. So then, if there was a website like this that was commonly being used in these servers against people that these guys don't like, you're okay with that?
Well, no, okay. It depends on what the context is.
Why do you have to keep?
It depends on what the fucking context is.
Does your own audience realize you're hiding so much every time you fill?
He doesn't let Destiny finish his question. And there's a reason. Like, look, this is a common debate tactic that I see all the time. It happens in my server. It happens in other servers. I've done it before, too. I'm going to be real with you. If you want to stop someone from making a point, you interrupt them, right? And this happens to me a lot. Is I will be making a point, and instead of being able to get that point out, they will tactically interrupt me, or they'll like stop me and be like, well, but you haven't answered this or haven't answered that, because they don't want me to get the point out, right? It's a common tactic. This is actually what he's doing. They don't let Destiny finish his question for a reason, because they don't want him to finish his question, because they're trying to sweep. It's a big fucking sweep.
Buster? I can't
I'm
tell.
not hiding anything. I'm not hiding anything.
Then
I don't know.
A single question. Then let me just finish my question. You want me to finish it because you know what I'm going to ask.
Go.
The question is if they're using a tool that lets you look at somebody's asshole, okay, it shows every piece of information ever. You're saying that as long as they don't put any of it outside of that Discord, you're okay with that?
No, hang on a sec. That's not what I said. See, look, you're accusing me of filibustering. Give me a bullshit fucking
I
question.
asked you. That's why I just asked you.
No, you're acting. Okay. I don't think
you are not.
If they're taking the information that they're getting from that and putting it into the Discord, yeah, that's publicizing it, and that's doxing. And I'm not seeing that happening here.
Okay, so then...
And with these 2 people, I can't speak for anyone else. I don't know what anyone else is doing. I'm not seeing it for these 2 people in this Discord.
They are. They literally are.
Do you think that it's meaningfully different if somebody says, here's an OSINT tool, and here's the username? Do you think it's meaningfully different to publish what's generated by the OSINT tool versus just saying, here's the OSINT tool and here's the username? Do you think those 2 things are meaningfully different things?
Sorry, say that again?
Is it meaningfully different to say, go to www.docs.com and look up Chudlogic versus here's all the information about Chudlogic from docs.com?
Yes, those are meaningfully different. Yes, of course they are. Yes, obviously.
Okay, that is an absurd standard. And I think
luckily,
how is that absurd?
That is that's if I were to find out that someone ran my name through a docs tool, I would have just as much issues with someone who told someone else to run my name through a docs tool. Like, these are both really bad to me. You disagree?
There is a marginal, but I would say there is a difference.
Sure, there's a distinction, but I don't think there's a difference. There is a distinction, but I think it's a distinction without a difference. It is not meaningfully different to me whether or not you have personally run my name or if you told someone to do it. Like, yes, there is some distinction, but it's not a big difference. What about you, Stardust? Go
I
ahead.
was just gonna
No,
say,
finish.
I kind of feel
Disagree.
like it's not that far cry off of them just covering this shit and like saying the name of the tools. Then I don't think that what we're doing right now is the same, but like
Hold on. If I'm telling you not to use this, it is substantively different than saying, here, use this, run this name.
in both
There is a
instances, people
bigger
are going
difference
to use
there
it though.
between the other two things, right?
But I would say that there is a difference, but in both instances, people are going to
A
find out
bigger
about this
difference,
tool
to
and
be
then
clear.
use it.
It's a bigger difference. It's a bigger difference between someone saying, I don't think you should use this at all. This is a fucking horrible thing, versus someone saying, hey, run this name through this tool.
Sure, but the thing is, like, in both of these instances, like, we're informing people of the tool and how it's used and its uses and all
Bro,
that.
like this was from like Destiny. It was on Destiny's channel. It was on Chudlogic's channel. Like these people are like, it's no one's learning it for the first time over here. Okay, that's what I'm trying to tell you right now. Okay,
I'm just saying, all three of these things I think that are different, and they increase in severity as you go further down the spectrum.
okay.
Standard. How is that a fucking absurd standard?
You're telling me
Posting
just to be
the
clear.
public information is different to giving someone a tool to find it.
I'm
Yes.
just saying then that if a Discord group leaked and you see me, Dan,
Okay, that's not the difference he was asking about. That wasn't the question. I don't know why Chud. Maybe he got confused, right? Because they are like to give some charity, they are interrupting each other a lot. And that's fair. But the question that Destiny just asked was like, is there a difference between running the tool yourself or putting the tool out there, putting the name out there, and saying, oh, you should run these things, like not whether or not you publish it or not. That wasn't the question of the difference that he asked. Like I don't know why Chud. Again, to give grace, maybe he misremembered, maybe he didn't hear it right, but that wasn't the question that was asked.
and Netanyahu in there, and I say, hey, you guys should check this out, www.docs.com, look up Chudlogic. You would say, well, as long as they don't post what they find on the website in the group chat, then they didn't
Well,
really.
it's the difference between you posting a link to Kevil's Kiwi Farms thread and you posting a fucking Kevil's address in your.
I don't know
chats.
what that had to do with anything. I'll repeat my thing, okay?
No,
I
it's
would've
exactly
posted
addressing what you're saying.
It literally definitionally isn't if you have to use an analogy. It's not exactly addressing it.
It's
If I
exactly
posted-
addressing it.
if
It's
I
exactly
posted
addressing
in
it.
my-
There's dogs.
Okay, Destiny is being a little pedantic here.
Yeah.
Just a little, okay? But the point stands.
Kiwi Farms. There's a difference between posting the link to Kiwi Farms and posting the docs from Kiwi Farms. It's
If
exactly the
somebody
same fucking
posts a
thing.
link to Kiwi Farms exclusively to point somebody to a doc. Oh, here's a question. If I were to link you, hey, check out what's in Destiny's thread, and it's a link to the last post, do you think that's the same thing as linking, hey, check this out on Destiny's thread, and I link 500 pages ago to a post that has my address? Are those two things the same thing to you?
No, of course not.
Of course not. So linking to Kiwi Farms or to a whole Kiwi Farms is not the same as linking specifically to a piece of doctable information, right? So
No,
if
of
I
course,
link
that's
to
my
a
point. That's what I'm
posted-
saying. That's what I'm
No,
saying.
that's my point. So if I link in a Discord chat, if I say, here's an OSINT tool, and look up Chudlogic on it, you're saying as long as I don't publish what I find from that search, it doesn't count as doxing if everybody else can click the link and type that in.
Well, no, 'cause you're not publicizing the information in a forum, no.
Okay, so I'm just curious. If I were to tweet out, it's really interesting. Chudlogic has the same on Twitter. You guys should check out what's on www.docs.com. That also wouldn't count as doxing somebody because it's just. the
Dude,
tool,
we're
not
getting
publicizing
wrapped up
the
in these
information.
like absurd fucking
That is
spin-off
such an
hypotheticals.
Easy one-to-one. That's not an absurd hypothetical.
It is.
at all.
You're trying to
It's only
box me in with all these
absurd. It's
ridiculous
absurd.
examples,
I'm
bro.
not
Well,
boxing
my
you in.
standard
It's
is
absurd.
pretty fucking simple. Okay.
Okay,
If
sure,
you
that's fine.
find,
I just want to understand the standard. You can have the standard, that's fine. But I'm just saying then, the standard very simply is that you're saying that if you link a docs tool and you give somebody something to search on it, as long as you don't put what you guys all find in the docs tool in your group chat, it's okay to do that type of stuff. You wouldn't consider that doxing person. That's totally okay to you.
well, I don't know if that's probably totally okay, but I don't know if I classify it
It's
as
not
doxing.
doxing. Okay.
No.
Cool. All right.
Okay.
These people, their defense is that they thought that this Twitter user was Tectone's alt leading.
Well, I'll tell you what, wait, stop, listen.
But they
Okay.
were wrong. But they were wrong. They got the wrong guy.
Wait a
They doxed
second,
the wrong guy.
they've not doxed anyone. I've entertained the conversation, I've done my best to answer the questions, but I don't obviously know, because I'm not fucking Shamu, okay? So why don't I bring on
Well, you say-
Shamu?
so just as a-
Wait,
just
no,
as a-
stop.
yeah,
I'm
bring
done
on-
talking to you, because I've answered as much as I can. I don't know. I've answered these...
I know. But I just want to make sure so the audience and for the two people in your audience aren't brainwashed or whatever, right? The reason why you keep saying, I don't know, is because you don't know how much information that people are sitting on right now, and that's why you keep asking for specifics, so you can craft a hand-tailored moral standard for whatever you see.
No,
rather than creating a hard rule
I've said
now
repeatedly.
based on what you don't know
Dude,
what
no.
exactly what's
I have
happening.
said
That's why you're giving the most
repeatedly.
overly broad definitions.
No,
or the
I'm not
most
giving a broad
hyper-specific
definition.
possible. That's why you're bringing the other guy before addressing like any actual question. That's what's happening. But
No,
that's
no,
fine.
no.
I think any reasonable human being-
Wait, dude, now
any
you're fucking
reasonable
trying to do
human
this.
being
Now,
say,
who's
if you
filibustering now?
look at
Who's filibustering now?
the doc
Who's
tool and
filibustering
person's
now?
name,
Destiny's filibustering now, but that is a point, and I do see what Destiny has to say here. He is obviously doing that. Now, whether or not you think that's bad, good, neutral, that's obviously what's happening. Do we disagree?
No, I just want to clarify what I think the distinction
for it.
here is. It's like the difference between like first and third degree of a crime. In one instance, you're like sort of dangling it in front of somebody. In the other, you're actually doing it yourself. So both
But
very
they're both
bad.
crimes.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I think that there is a meaningful difference. It just feels. I understand why it feels silly for me to make that. I'm just trying to give the most honest answer possible.
Sure, no, I get you, and I understand.
I'm not trying to downplay it.
I understand there's a distinction, but in this context, I don't think there's a difference. But that's we can argue about that later. But let's.
People would say, well, of course you're doxing that person.
Who is
Obviously, that's
filibustering
better.
now? Who is filibustering now, dude? I'm saying I've got a standard. There's stuff here that looks troubling. I don't know the ins and outs of it clearly. I've got some stuff wrong, and I'm happy to admit that. So why don't we bring on Shamu and we can question him about this, and he can fill us in.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, I'm adding him now.
A new challenger has entered the chat.
Can I just say, before we get into this, I have to say, people complain about my speech patterns and what I say and my vocabulary and stuff like that and how I sound. This dude has, the dude that's about to come on has, okay, and no hate to him. I've liked his videos in the past. I've liked Shamu's videos in the past, but how are people coming at me for my voice and my vocal patterns and my speech patterns? This dude says like every other word, and he's got like the worst vocal fry I've ever heard. Like what's going on here?
I don't know how to break this to you,
You know?
Stardust, but not
Yeah.
only are you not white, but you're also a woman. So I don't know if you've
okay.
seen. I don't know if you've seen some of the things they say about you, but these do seem to be some talking points. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get some water.
Okay.
Okay, get some water. We're gonna go with it, okay, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna watch.
Here we go. So give me a sec.
You know what?
Give me a
Actually,
sec.
Stardust, can you hold down the stream? I gotta use the restroom real quick. Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Hold down the stream. No slurs while
will.
I'm gone. Okay.
Of course. Yeah, no, I would never. Chat, how's it going? Can I just say that I appreciate you all being here. And did I tell you about my spaghetti dream? Apparently, people really hate it, but I had a dream. I don't remember most of my dreams, but I had a dream a few nights ago that I was walking in a really large building and I was holding a really big tray and it had a lot of spaghetti and a lot of meatballs on it. And
Oh shit!
in this dream, I kept spilling spaghetti and meatballs everywhere. And I was trying to pick up the spaghetti and meatballs and put it back on the tray because I'm like not trying to make a mess where I'm going. And the more I tried to do that, the more the spaghetti and the meatballs would spread. And then people were passing by me and they were looking at me and they were like kind of judgmental, but they weren't helping me, you know? And it was just why? Anyways,
well, I
that's
have a
my
quick question for ya.
spaghetti and meatball dreams. Hello.
What's your favorite slur?
I do not have a I can't do this, dude. I'm trying to be more professional. I can't do the slur stuff, okay?
Do you have a least favorite one at least? There is a
no,
right
I
answer
do
to
not
that
have
one.
a least.
Come on.
They're all bad. So.
Well, I can prominently say that the N word is the worst slur, so it is my least favorite.
Was there a mouse under your chef hat? No, I didn't have a chef hat. It was just normal me carrying a big tray of meatball and spaghettis. So,
Clankers is a pretty clean one.
Clinkers is a good one, actually. I do like that one.
I had a list of words that I wrote down that sounds like they should be slurs, but they're not. Like mountain clutcher sounds super racist, but it means nothing.
Mountain clutcher? Is that like it doesn't mean anything, or does it mean
I made
like
it up.
a mountain climber or something?
No, I made it up. It's like I gotta get out of here. There's a bunch of mountain clutchers in the room. It just sounds like you're being really racist, but it means nothing.
You could be racist without using an actual slur, though.
Sure, but I was using a slur that means something that just sounds like a slur, but actually means nothing.
Fair enough. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I guess welcome back to me. Did Stardust treat you right? I hope she did. Okay.
I just told them about my spaghetti dream.
Cool.
Do you know about it?
I don't know about your spaghetti dream.
Basically, I had a dream that I was walking through a really large building, and I had a really big tray filled with spaghetti and meatballs. And as I was walking, the spaghetti and meatballs kept falling everywhere. So I kept trying to get them and pick them up and put them back on the tray. But the more I tried to do that, the more the meatball and the spaghettis kept spreading everywhere. And then people kept passing by and they were looking at me judgmentally, but they weren't helping me. And so it was just different, it varied between me walking down this thing with the spaghetti and the meatballs and it spilling everywhere and me trying to put it back into the tray. And that was the dream. It was a lot of that.
Well, let's keep watching, and we'll see what Shamu has to say.
Okay. I'm just waiting for him to accept. Okay.
We're just curious. Am I going to find, like, past shit of you calling stuff doxing for this exact behavior in the past?
I don't think so, no, as far as I know.
Okay. If I do, is that going to be weird, or no? Like, where you, like, go fucking all in, balls to the wall, when someone doesn't publish it?
Possibly, we'll see. I'm managing to move.
Can I just say one thing?
Yep.
Well.
Yep, you may.
Okay, sorry. I know I already commented about Shamu's voice, so I'm not going to say anything there, but I do want to propose something. I think that Chud would make an epic fat guy. I think he should gain weight. He should not be Chudlogic. He should be Chudlogic. And I think he would be more likable as a fat guy.
How
already
much
have
is
that.
he
Fat
talking?
Chud.
We already
much
have
weight
that.
are we
It's the
talking?
quartering. And he is not likable at all.
True. I mean, fair.
I've
I
hated the
feel like
quartering
he's angry
for a
because he's
decade.
hungry. I feel like Chudlogic is angry because he's hungry, and I think if he gained like 30, 40 pounds, he'd be so much happier, and we would like him more too.
Okay, let's keep watching. Okay, but good note. I have no opinions on his weight, so fair.
Oh, Diddy Dan and Epstein desperately trying to smear me as some kind of doxer or something with some bullshit redacted thing of a public OnlyFans person. So let me walk you through what this actually is. This Twitter user, their entire purpose online, the entire thing that they do online is to harass Pink, who has a protection order. She got a protection order because of harassment and stalking and SA that the courts ruled they found reasonable grounds for. That's their whole purpose. So all I did was look at the account. It had 4 followers. It had Tectone, Asmon, and Novaru. Novaru is another friend of Tectone who lives in Texas, which is public on their Twitter. So you redacted that to make it look like I was doxing their location.
No,
but it's fucking public on their Twitter. You slimy piece of shit.
I like that you're going after Chud's defense because you don't have your own.
I'm sorry,
go ahead.
Yeah, lay it on, go ahead.
So anyways, so Novaru was friends with them. So I was like, okay, that's strange. So maybe it's a mod or something. So then Nicandria said, well, let me look at some of the usernames or whatever. And then that was it. It wasn't to dox who they were, who they personally were, their real name or anything like that. It was just, well, maybe it's like a mod or something. Maybe it's a Tectone alt. So he looked and saw if they changed their username or something. That's all it was. But nothing was posted there.
Well, sorry, Shamu, is that exactly what I said was
manipulate
happening? Just to be clear, is that exactly what I said was happening, more or less? It was look up usernames, right?
Yeah, well, the thing that they left out was that this person manipulates and doxes Pink, or not manipulates. They harass constantly. This is all they do online is harass Pink and dox her.
Steve,
you
this is good for
fucking
you.
so
This is good for you,
amazing that
Steve.
you guys were covering for a rapist. Amazing, great job, guys.
This idea that you are covering for a bad person because you are critical of how someone is going after that bad person is wild to me. I do not like thieves, okay? People who steal. I think that's bad, and it's bad to be a thief. But if I've found someone who, in order to catch thieves, was kidnapping their children and holding them hostage until they confessed, I would have huge problems with how they're going about catching those thieves, even if I don't like thieves, right? We can understand this concept. I hope so. So this idea that, and it's a tactic, right? That people will bring up oh, you're covering for this person because you don't like how they're going about going after them. It's kind of bullshit, in my opinion, but it is what it is. And also, to be clear, what is happening here is they see someone that is is going after an account, and they are unmasking the anonymity of the account in order to try to white knight for what's her name, Pink or whoever. They don't know if they have a protection order against this person or not. They're just sight unseen because they have a suspicion it might be. They're doing all these things in a public server, in a server with 100+ people. It's crazy. Anyway.
Awesome stuff. Gotcha. Okay. So you guys saw an account that you guys perceived were engaged in the harassment of Pinky Chew, and so you guys wanted to unmask the account
No,
supposed to do that?
we thought that it was like because Tectone and his mods like harass her, right? This is like something that's very common to harass. That's why she got part of the reason why she got protection order. So I thought, well, it's like that's strange. So maybe it's like a mod or something. So that was
So you have
Nick Andrew's
an account
idea.
that was previously unknown, and you were trying to figure out the identity of it, correct?
Yeah, but it wasn't to make public. It was to let
Nobody
Pink know
said-
because this person was harassing them. So there was no doxing whatsoever. This was trying to aid somebody that has a protection order because they were sexually assaulted.
It's not doxing. It's just finding out who they are so we can pass that information on to someone else. But it's not doxing. Crazy.
From being
I don't know
harassed.
why you're rambling on this? I'm asking a very simple question. You were trying to figure out the identity of an unknown account, correct?
No, I wasn't. There was no identity. It was like
you knew
a.
who the account was?
No, but I was saying that it could have been like a mod or it could have been a Tectone alt. So
Okay.
that
so
was
you were
Nick
trying to
Andrew's
make an account
idea.
that you didn't know the identity of, and you were trying to figure out who it was, so that you could pass that information along to Pinky Chew, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So, what's the difference between that? Is that not just ethical doxing?
That is not like releasing publicly information with the intent to harass or to be malicious. That is
What was
helping
the purpose
somebody
of
that has a
giving it-
protection
What
order.
was the purpose of giving it to Pinky Chew?
What was the purpose of giving it to Pinky Chew? Because she has a
gonna do
protection
with it?
order and she could have used that for her case.
What would the protection order cover here? People aren't allowed to make fun of her online? Is that what the protection order says? Nobody is allowed to make fun of this woman online.
No, they were harassing her. He was found. There was reasonable grounds to find that he was stalking and SA her.
I'm going to be real with you guys. The amount of reply guys I have, it's absolutely harassment. I can point to a few of them who, no matter what I post, no matter what I'm talking about, they're always in my replies trying to be like, you love sex pests, you defend rapists. Every day, they call me pedophile, all these things, right?
I just block these people. Like I know, like
Sure, but
yeah.
apparently, because I think they might be harassing me, it's okay to find out who they are and pass that information on to third parties. Apparently,
That's a good
that's the standard we're doing, right? Like, it's okay now for me, all these people who've been saying all this bullshit, apparently it's totally fine, it's ethical, nothing immoral's happening. It's if I find out their information, I might not publish it on Twitter, but if I send that information to a third party, that would be perfectly okay.
Correct me if
That's
I'm wrong,
true.
but
Maybe I should
isn't
consider doing that.
That would be horrible. That's a horrible standard to have, because what is harassment? Like, I don't trust any of these goons to like accurately reflect what actual harassment is. I don't trust their judgment whatsoever, right? This is why we don't allow vigilantism, because we don't allow these fucking weirdos who have shifting definitions depending on who's doing what, right? That don't understand basic concepts to make a decision on whether harassment's going on enough that they are going to actively unmask their anonymity and pass it on to third parties. No, that's not okay. We don't do that. Sorry
Correct
for
me
the
if I'm
rant.
wrong.
Go ahead, Elder didn't mean to interrupt you.
Isn't snark like their word for harassment? Isn't like their whole thing like standing up for the right to be able to do this to people? But then they're saying they're using this tool to protect somebody from having it done to them?
Harassment. You mean free speech? You mean free speech? I remember Queeman's rant about how we got to stand up for free speech, how we got to protect free speech. That guy, that British.
He specifically
motherfucker
mentioned
doesn't
to
know what
snark.
free speech
Isn't this literally their word for harassing?
It absolutely is. It is.
So I guess I just don't understand why are they concerned about protecting somebody from it happening to them? Wouldn't that be like the Tectone peoples or Tectone themselves? I don't know who it is. Wouldn't that be their right?
Man, I don't know. You'd have to ask them. To be clear, I asked Shamu to call in or whatever, right? I asked a couple of people to call in to talk about this. You know what? The only person who responded to me was Aiden. And I asked to see if he wanted to come on Wednesday, but he hasn't responded, so we're waiting.
I talked to Nick Andros in DMs a little bit, and I don't know if they're going to talk to me or not, but like maybe.
We'll see.
I've
Anyway,
been good
let's
faith
keep going.
to them the whole time, but this definitely seems like there's a counter, like they're going against their own principle in this by trying to protect somebody from harassment.
Crazy.
There were people harassing her. That's all the account was.
The Twitter account was that you unmasked?
Yes, there was nobody unmasked. That never happened. It was just like curious that it was like this account is so heavily harassing her. And the reason why Novaru is important to that whatsoever is because Novaru is another person that hates her and harasses her. So it's like, well, that's weird. They're just following Tectone and Novaru. So it's like, well, maybe it's a mod or something. So it's like, well, if you can see something like that, you can pass that to Pink. That might help her in what she's doing with her protection order and everything else.
So who was the
But
account?
I don't know. Nobody ever. I mean, it was like a very whatever thing. No, there was. I no one ever figured out what the account was.
You have no idea. You didn't find any information about the account. You don't know any emails. You don't know any past users or anything like that.
The thing that I think Nick Andros used was like some League of Legends thing, where it's like you
I
could look
love
up
it.
League of Legends usernames.
Yes.
Yeah. Wait. So then why would you use a League of Legends username?
I don't know. Well, the League of Legends.
He's dodging. He's being such a slippery weasel here. Why would you use this? Like, these are decent questions that are being asked him. He's like, I don't know. It's just weird. Like, they were just looking up the League of Legends to find this guy. Why would you do that? There's no. Why? Like, if I see a Twitter name that's harassing me and I want to find out who they is, the first thing I do is check them through the League of Legends register. What? How does, like, when you say it out loud, do you not realize how stupid you sound? When you say it out loud, like, we didn't know who it was. We saw this person harassing someone on Twitter. So in order to find out who it was, we checked their name through the League of Legends tracker to see if their League of Legends name matched up.
You guys don't have to use any tools. I'm Elder Draw Z1 NA.
I don't like, do you not understand how stupid you sound? Is this your fucking defense? Man, these people, these snarkers, they are so fucking stupid. They're fucking low IQ gooners. That's what they are. It's so stupid. I wish I had smarter enemies. I wish I had smarter enemies. Why can't I have a challenge once in a while, once in my life? Someone who actually
look.
Sorry.
Wick,
go ahead.
It doesn't matter if they're smart because they don't engage in any honest manner, right? Does it really matter how high IQ they are when when literally they're all barely breathing, they all barely have a pulse, and they're all just regurgitating? But it is a challenge. It's a challenge of dealing with the waves of
my fucking patience. Okay, that's it. The only thing they test is my fucking patience. That's it. Anyway.
Thing I think has like Twitter and stuff like that.
Wait, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to understand real quick, okay? Because you're laughing and giggling, but you're saying there's a woman who was sexually assaulted and is being harassed online, and you're trying to do a serious good thing here, and then the joke is that you're like using a League of Legends name lookup to find a Twitter account. How does that make any sense?
Well, I don't know what it is. But I think it looks at like.
Earlier I asked you if you
No, because I was there because I'm a part of the logs. I'm explaining to you the context, which you guys took out to maliciously smear people. Hilarious.
Why are you here? You don't have any information about it.
Well, you can get him in here too if you want.
Okay, yeah, because it sounds like you have no idea what's going on, so I don't know.
Go ahead.
I will just. Sorry, I just have to say, okay. Do you hear the vocal fry? Okay, no hate to him. Again, I've liked his videos, but do you hear the vocal fry? And you all really?
Okay. Is this guy? So you guys know more about like the YouTube space than I do.
Bad
frankly.
horse. Thank you so much for becoming a member.
Like, before this, I
appreciate you.
had no idea who any of these names were. Like
He
Shamu,
did,
what the fuck? Who's that?
yeah.
Nick Andros? I don't know who these fuckers are. Right? Like, are these
Nick
big
Andros made a
names?
couple
Like,
of big
I
videos,
probably
though.
should look up if they have like a lot of followers or something, right? Or they?
They're well known in like the new commentary space, I would say. I would say Shamu not as much. Shamu used to do a lot of just Thorpe coverage, and he did videos on the Thorpes, and they were pretty good. And I don't know what he's been up to recently, but
Hold on.
yeah.
So his claim to fame is covering the Thorpes. Are we talking like Grace and Ben Thorpe?
Yeah.
That's his claim. That's his big thing. Is I covered the Thorpes.
Well, that's what I know him for, and I think that's what most people know him for. But
I would kill. Nope, I can't say that. I would delete my channel. I would delete my channel in shame if that was my claim to fame. Like, I'm a Thorpe coverer. Geez, no, like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck? Okay, sorry. No judgment. Everyone's got to start somewhere, right?
Have you ever watched Thorpe coverage? It's like it's like
no.
the junk food of YouTube. It's so bad, but it's so good, dude.
Why would I ever watch that? Like, I've had the Thorpe.
You ever watch Jerry Springer?
It's depressing.
It's the same reason why you'd watch Jerry Springer, because sometimes
Okay,
you want to
but
be a
Jerry
garbage
Springer
human
is
and
not
watch garbage
depressing.
stuff.
Okay, but even Jerry Springer is not that depressing. Jerry Springer is not even doesn't rise to the level.
Yeah,
of
like
depressing
at
as
least
people
that was
are.
like
Yeah.
something that like these people would exist and then they would not exist after the next episode, right? Like you go move on to the next one. Like imagine Jerry Springer, but it's all the same person over and over and over again every single day. Like that's what I would consider that. And no, I would never watch that.
I think okay. So Nicandros made a pretty good Tectone video at some point as well. So I I'm willing to give these people credit, right? But
that's
like
fair.
he
If
made
something happens with like a bigger name and they do something wrong, like Tectone did, Tectone's probably fucking.
I
bad
fucking
dude.
hate Tectone.
He's probably a fucking real bad dude. I
Yeah, he's a real
I
fucking
haven't
bad dude.
dived deep, so I'm not gonna make any strong claims. But everything I've seen of that guy, he's not someone I'd want to.
He did a Nux video. Oh wait, he did a Nux video. Oh okay, no, but Nick, I thought Nick Andrews, I thought did a Tectone video too. Maybe I'm wrong. But anyways, one of them did it.
He got
Yeah,
Mr.
bad
Banned off of
dude.
YouTube.
Yeah, bad dude. But again, like, fair enough. But to be a Thorpe cover, like, goddamn, wow. Anyway, let's keep going.
Yeah, let's keep going. Sorry for the side.
No, it's fine. It's just
tangent.
fucking Thorpe cover. Wow.
It sounds like I know exactly what's going on. You just don't like the context, which is why you took it out. Because you were trying to smear people.
Because the context is my reason for doxing people. Is that I think that some people are engaged in long-term harassment campaigns, and it bothers the fuck.
And also, again, nobody was trying to find the real identity.
Really?
Nobody was trying to find the real identity of anybody. This was usernames.
You just told me that you didn't know what the tool looked up, and now you're telling me it doesn't look up real-life identities. What's the answer there?
I don't know if it does or not. I actually don't know.
That nobody's trying to look it up, and you don't know.
I don't believe that.
Because the stated
You don't know.
intention
You can't
in the
answer. No,
thing is that it was like, well, maybe it's a username of a mod, maybe it's an alt of Tectone, and then you could pass that to Pink.
If it was an alt
He's dodging so hard.
of Tectone, wouldn't that be knowing who the real life person was? Wouldn't that be what you found out? If it was a mod, depending on who it was, wouldn't that be the real life person? If it was
No, it would be like a Discord username or what they use in chats, dude.
that would link to
No,
a real life
who
identity,
the fuck? How are you supposed to know a mod actually is? That's retarded.
True. Why would you use a League of Legends name lookup for a Twitter account? That'd be retarded too, right? It'd be even more retarded to come and try to defend it without even knowing what the tool provides for, right? So I don't know why you're here doing it. Where's the Nicandros dude?
So Nicandros
I
has sent
don't-
me a message. I'll ask him if he can join.
I will say, Nicandros is the smartest one so far. He didn't join. That's the smart move. So, props to you, Nicandros, whoever you are. You showed more wisdom than any of these fuckers so far.
Yeah.
I can read out what you said here. Neither of us have access to the LOL archiver tool. You need to pay money to use it. I was throwing out a suggestion for what we could do because I've seen people on Kiwi Farms use it to check the name history of Twitter accounts. So, as I suspected, they're trying to check previous usernames, exactly as I said. But it wasn't League of Legends, that was retarded, but it was Twitter, sure.
No. Okay,
I mean-
so wait, no, that's totally fair. So I'm just curious then. Can you get this from Nicandros? That's the only time then? That's the first time and the only time they've ever linked to that particular tool, and they've never talked about it or used it before? Because from the way that he described it, Chud, you would agree that's a fair assessment of what you just said, right?
I would agree with that.
Kiwi Farms once, and so they thought maybe they could try it?
I have never even seen this tool, but are you trying to say that they use it a lot or something?
I don't know why you're still talking. Why are you saying they when you came here to defend it as a we? I thought that was the whole point of you being in here.
No, I was giving context because I'm in the stream. I'm one of the people you're trying to smear.
Yeah, but now you're saying they.
Yeah, that's why I'm here.
But you came in to defend it as a we. I don't know why you're still talking. You got gaped. You should probably leave.
True.
For
No,
Nicandros.
you didn't get gaped, bro. You're just
No,
fucking
I gave
gaped.
context.
Dude,
You're just being
you're just
manipulative
fucking
piece of shit.
showboating to your audience of fucking
Unbelievably
rapist-loving
gaped.
Indians are still watching because that's all that's fucking left,
Unbelievably
Destiny.
gaped. He
That's
got
no,
unbelievably
you're
gaped.
just showboating your
Jesus.
entire audience, bro. It's coke, bro.
Why?
Look,
Why?
honestly, Destiny is showboating here, but he's taking a victory lap. He just
Did we miss the rapist-loving Indian comment
no,
again?
but we
second
already
one?
addressed that. Like, I don't know. He's just again, he knows he's losing, and he's trying to gin up the audience and things like that. Shamu came on, weaseled around, made some stupid ass statements about how they were just checking it through the LOL archive, which is League of Legends. They're checking the Twitter name of the League of Legends. He realized when he said that it did not make sense to actually said that. He gave he's weaseling around. He's admitted that they were looking to fucking unmask an anonymous Twitter account in order to pass that information on to a third party. Like, Destiny has got what he needed at this point from the Shamu conversation. So yes, Destiny is showboating, but he's doing so because it's a victory lap. He is reveling in his victory over this exchange.
Sure,
Why
it's
don't you
just
answer the
fucking
question?
you.
Have you used these tools before?
Did he just yell Jew?
I can't even make out some of what's happening
Okay,
here.
maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I misheard.
Use this tool again. It
What
was,
other
was
tools?
that the first time that he ever used that tool? I'm just curious because it sounds like he started Kiwi Farm, so he must not have used it prior to.
So
that
I can
date,
explain
right?
what's happened here. I can explain exactly
No,
what's
no, no, no,
happened.
no, 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 Chud. Come on, ask him. He was DMing you. He was eager to offer up information. That's a really simple question.
What, sorry, what, Nicandros?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just about to fucking talk about what Nicandros sent me, you fucking retard. You're jumping down my throat. Okay, here we go. So, what Nicandros has said is that it's the only time in the logs where he's ever mentioned it. He asked one of Pimpleton's friends to check the name history, and there was nothing. So he used a third party to check the Twitter username history to see if there were any other Twitter usernames. He's never used it himself, and that's all that it was used for in this instance.
Okay, that was a lot of yapping. So my question was...
Wait, sorry,
is this
what,
the
sorry,
first
essentially,
time-
what is not clear? What is not clear about what I've said? What do
I
you mean
don't know.
about
Well,
yapping?
my question was, this is the first time that he's mentioned that tool, and he hasn't mentioned it since. It was just that one time.
According to the Candros, yes.
Okay.
Are you asking him that, or are you basing that off his last message?
No, I've asked him that, and he's told me.
Okay. All right. Good. Good.
Okay, wait, well, slow down.
then-
There's more information. There's more information.
Okay.
So I don't believe anyone else has mentioned it on the server because the server isn't full of boxes, he says. There's apparently 2. So one was the LOL archive reference from before, and the other one was from today. And Nicandros mentioned it today in the server because he was worried this would be taken out of context, which is exactly what's happened.
Yep.
I mean, there's not a lot
you
of
guys,
context.
you guys. So this is exactly what I thought. You guys have totally misrepresented this to make this seem way worse than it is.
How? Let's steel man a little bit. How was Dan or Destiny misrepresenting this? I don't think they have. But can either of you put your minds in Chud mode and try to kind of explain it?
The only thing I can go back to is like the unrelated redacted, right? And that's basically it, you know?
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha. And to be
Yep.
clear, we're misrepresenting this because we said it's a doxing tool, and you've
No, no,
admitted
no,
that
no,
it
no,
isn't.
no, that's all I
No,
said.
no,
You
no,
fucking, you're such a
Right?
fucking.
Because remember,
Destiny.
initially you said that you had a source tell you that this was a League of Legends account lookup. Who was that person, by the way? Wait, Chud, I'm just curious. Do you think that the person that told you that is trustworthy, or is that a person you're not going to trust anymore? Was it Queeman? Was it Justical? Was it Substance? Who?
It
messaged
doesn't
you?
matter who
Why
told
don't we
me.
go-
It was a
Doesn't matter.
mistake.
They lied to
It
you
was, no, no,
explicitly
they
about
didn't
what
lie.
that
No, no,
tool
no.
was?
They didn't lie. There was a misunderstanding. Okay, there was a
It was a
misunderstanding.
It's not a lie. They were just wrong. But when Destiny would get something wrong or Dan gets something wrong, it's a lie. You see how this works, gang? You see why it's sweeping? They were absolutely 100% totally wrong about the League of Legends archiver, right? It wasn't a League of Legends archiver. They were wrong about that. 100%. They were confidently, smugly wrong.
Yeah.
And now they're like, oh, it's just a misunderstanding. Bull fucking shit. I'm calling bull fucking shit on that.
Understanding.
Okay, and you're trying to rail on this. You're so
Oh,
slimy,
okay.
and you're trying to rail on this
Which
because you
one
want
was
to
it?
act. Because you're trying to act.
Just say who the misunderstanding. Tell us who the misunderstanding. Just say it.
It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. I'm not going to say.
Why?
Okay,
If it was
dude.
just
The amount of
you don't wanna
times
say-
I've been in a conversation and you fucking messaged me back in the day, you fucking wretch, to fucking pump me
Yeah.
full of your narratives so that I go out and be a good little DGG robot. Fuck you, bro. I'm not going to fucking tell you what it is.
Chud,
Doesn't
Can you
matter.
name a single time I've ever done that in your entire life?
Yes, I can.
Oh, well, if you can. Okay, let's hear it.
Well, I can't remember exactly, but I remember you.
You've been pumping me full of fucking narratives this entire time. You, governor, you went back in time and you pumped me full of narratives, right? And can I name a single time? Yes, I can. Okay, do it. I can't remember. Jesus Christ. Does he realize how fucking embarrassing he looks right now? Does he realize how dishonest he looks right now? When we talk about sweeping, when we talk about big sweeping, this is what it looks like. He made a statement with full confidence saying, he made an accusation. This is what you're doing, Destiny. You are pumping me, DMing me narratives in the past, right? In the past, you DM'd me these narratives, right? To twist and manipulate and all these things, right? And then when asked for an example, he said, yes, I can give you an example. Okay, do it. Nothing. Not goddamn one.
Let's say there is some example out there that Destiny's messaging him narratives and he's going along with the narratives. What does that say about him? Really? Right? Like, what does it say about him?
Look, he obviously went along with the LOL archiver narrative that Queeman sent him, right? So he obviously lets people sock puppet him. Queeman has his hand so far up his ass, just yapping. He's deeply inseminating Chud here with his narrative.
My
and
God,
he just
dude.
went along with it. He didn't even question it. He just believed it. Not even checked it. And he got fucking wrecked.
If there's like if there are like narratives being implanted in Chud's DMs and he's gone along with them in the past, I would say that says something about Chud, and that should really be room for that should give you room for pause, right? If you're watching him, right? Oh, this guy is admitting that he's been given narratives in the past and he's gone along with them.
And
What does that
remember,
say?
every time you say something about one of these motherfuckers, they will ask you, "Oh, well, prove it. Give us an example. Give us an example. Give us an example. Give us an example." Right? And do you know how they would laugh and cavort if you couldn't give them a single example after you've made this an accusation like this?
Well, they'll do it even if you
Well, yes, they will. Obviously,
yeah.
they'll pretend you didn't.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
when you when Chud actually couldn't give an example, that's game set match. Like, why? I don't know why like it would be less shameful for him at this point to be just like shit and leave the call.
Yeah, and I mean, I didn't get to mention this earlier, but some of you guys might know a content creator named Tommy C on YouTube. This entire group accused Tommy C of being a pedophile, basically, with no fucking evidence. And the fact that they got away with that, you know, it's just disgusting. The fact that they got away with that, like, that would be career-ending for any other content creator. It really would.
True. Elder Drazi, I know you need to go. It's
yeah.
taking a lot longer than I thought, but give your outro, final thoughts, tell people where they find you, all that shit. Go ahead.
You can find me on YouTube. Sometimes I do on Twitch, but like I do cover too much stuff that Twitch doesn't like, so I don't do that often. You can follow me on Twitter. It's Elder Drazi on everything. Unfortunately, I have a hard out at 9:30. Yeah, I don't know. I know that people are going to tell me that I was sweeping for Destiny. They're in my chat too. I think that I was pretty critical of both sides when they were doing things that I thought was stupid. So I guess if you don't like that, then I guess I'm not for you. But if I am for you, come follow me or become a member or something on my YouTube. Thanks for having me. Wick.
Any final thoughts on the situation?
I just want to reiterate just how terrible. Like Chud should have just said no to Dest. He should have stuck to his guns. He knows that he can't debate him. He's just not equipped for this fight. I think that Chud had some valid points to make, but it really gets buried under all the embarrassing moments. And I don't want to say anything good about Chud. I don't. I'm mad at him right now. I'm so mad at him. I don't want to give him credit for anything, but I think he had good points that just completely wiped. Like, nobody's going to remember that. They're going to remember all the dunks that he did on himself and that Destiny gets on him. And it was really fucking stupid for him to do it. He stopped debating for a reason.
Thanks for coming on the show, Elder Drazi. Really appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you, Elder Drazi.
Thanks
Always
for having me.
appreciate you, Elder Drazi.
Same star.
Right.
Peace out. Thank you, Cam, the jelly man. All right, you guys. I only thought this was going to go until 8. I stayed an extra hour and a half. I got to make sure that I eat and get to sleep at a decent time. I'm still trying to catch up sleep from last week. I got, like, no sleep last week. For sure, I'll be back on Friday. I'm trying to stick to Fridays and Saturdays. I can't always promise, but I'm going to make it a priority to stream on Fridays and Saturdays at least. And then if I got time during the week, I'll pop in. All right. I'll see you, if not Friday, sooner.